All right, let's see.
Everyone's like, "Oh, music these days, so provocative, so crazy."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is music we were listening to when we were younger.
Yeah, clearly you didn't listen to 400 Degrees from 3-6 Mafia or 500 Degrees or whatever. Welcome back to the Your Issues Nerdcast. On tonight's episode, The King of the Hill is back, and so is Home Box Office. We have our first look at Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man Noir. Taika Waititi's Akira movie is apparently still happening, but nobody knew it was happening to begin with. We'll nerdsplain it all, so stick around because your fandom awaits. Fantasies of God, fantasies. Welcome back. It is Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day. This is the place where we think all the deep thoughts about all the shallow things until we have met the Grim Reaper himself, the wolf from Puss in Boots. My name is Pablo Ramirez, and this is the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. If this is your first time joining us, we take the weekly geeky zeitgeist and make it accessible and digestible to the non-nerd. We'll deep dive into the latest movies, TV, comics, gaming, or whatever weird thing the internet is fighting about now. And nerdsplain it. No nerdy background necessary to hang out. Whether you're a total newbie or a level 99 pop culture wizard, myself and my panel of nerdsplainers who have a PhD in pop culture in order to be your geeky guides to discovering what kind of nerd you really are. Welcome to the gateway. This is the gateway of all things nerdy. No gatekeeping allowed. Once more, this is the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. All the ado. This week, my panel of nerdsplainers is the same panel as last week. And last week's episode, titled now The Lost Episode, maybe at some point we'll see the light of day. To my left, the last good ditty on the planet Earth. There could be other ditties on other planets who could be good as well. So that's why I have to be very specific about that.
Earth.
Yeah. Live Diddy Julian King.
Please. I'm not that good.
You have to leave all the possibilities open, Diddy.
Yes, thank you.
There's plenty. There's still a lot of life out there.
There's
possibly
probably some good ditties, like the mom from Rugrats.
I think that was Dee Dee.
That was Dee Dee.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, then the sister from
It's also Dee Dee.
Dexter's.
That's also Dee Dee.
Damn.
To my right, the right hand at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, the man with the plan, the man with the power, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour.
Oh.
T.I.T. Tyler Chow.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Cracking that spicy water.
Chug that Waterloo, baby.
Yeah.
You like that? Waterloo?
Waterloo? Yeah, I've got the guava berry.
That's a good one.
That's good. I love guava.
How about the Waterloo? Yeah, so now that we've got that out of the way.
And you?
Oh, yeah, of course. I said at the top of the show, Pablo Ramirez here. Your guide, I guess. 1/3 of your guide. I don't like the term host because I don't feel like I host anything, but I just do the intro and then we all just talk.
I mean, we're in your place. So
Yeah.
I do the intro and the outro.
Yeah.
We're all equal parts here. There's no leaders. We're like the Shield.
I don't know. I feel like you do a little bit more and I'm just here for vibes.
We just show up.
Yeah, just show up.
The vibes are important.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
Not the same without
You're welcome.
Not the same without the vibes. Dang it, I didn't give you guys all the nicknames.
What?
The Unconventional Conventionalists, the Round Table of True Believers.
Zeitgeist.
And
Zeitgeist Zealots. Panel
And-
of Bogomaniacs. Geeky Aficionados.
go.
Nerdcast Council. As you can hear, my phone, I did not turn it off.
So unprofessional.
What the show is about, aside from just listening to my phone ring, we're all about learning here. So this is a little segment called What Did We Learn This Week? There we go. Diddy, what did you learn this week?
So well, you guys know I don't learn anything, but I didn't really prepare anything, but I will say I went to the Renaissance Festival, which I go every year, and I think I did learn something about myself. I don't know how to spend money. When I go somewhere, I feel like I am somebody else. Like I am not myself. I was like, whatever baby wants, mama got. I literally was
Dang.
buying everything for everyone. I was like, oh, the kids want to go on a ride? Because my friend went and my nephew went. So I was like, they all want to go on a ride? $9 $9 a player? Here you go. And oh, you guys want to go on a ride too? And it was Mother's Day too. So I was like, oh, you want a pair of earrings? You got it, baby.
Mama Warbucks.
Yeah, and
Yo.
I bought everybody's ticket, and everyone was like, "Oh, well, I'll Venmo you," and I was like, "Who cares?" I'm like, "I care, actually. What do you
Your
mean?
wallet
I don't have this kind of money, but I just I feel like I ball."
Oh.
So fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, so I was like, I just spent an ungodly amount of money. It was insane.
I was gonna say,
Nah.
I feel like from you talking about it just reminded me. I learned last year, but I've been reminded of the thing that I learned, that the rent bear's gone up in price like crazy, right?
Well, no, it's insane because like beers, for instance, you buy a beer and they only have the tall cans now.
Yep.
And they are boiling hot when you get to like middle of them.
Yeah.
So you have to throw them away and then get a new one.
Yeah. Give me a smaller can for.
Give me a smaller can for less money.
Yeah,
or
and
something.
Don't you think you could also make more money that way in theory?
Probably, because
make people feel like they're getting a better deal.
I was throwing away so much beer. I didn't feel like myself, but it was insane. And so yeah, there was that. And then also I'm buying rings and I'm buying necklaces, earrings.
What was your prized haul from the?
I bought a pair of earrings for $100. I was like, gotta get those.
With like handmade and painted or some shit, or like
they say
at the
they say that.
By
yeah,
the nice folks in
but I bought like for myself and not for anybody else. I bought like 2 rings and 2 pairs of earrings and a shirt and a sticker. And the shirt was so unnecessary. The shirt was so unnecessary. I literally walking out the door, like literally about to exit, and I was like, there's the Renaissance the gift store. Gotta stop in there.
You got a Ren Fair shirt?
Oh yeah.
Like I was there.
And
I was there.
And they're
at the
silly.
Ren Fair.
They're silly, and that's why I like them, because those, like, they give the Walmart like wolves howling at a moon vibe.
Yeah.
So I bought a black tie-dye type of shirt.
That's also, just by the way, that
what
Walmart
is that
wolf
called?
dye. I don't know, but it's an essential for anybody that would ever attend a Ren Fair in their life.
Need it.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
I've never seen a person wear that shirt where I've been like, that person doesn't look like they go to the Renaissance Fair.
100%.
They always look like they go to the Renaissance Fair whenever they're wearing that shirt.
I bought the shirt. I bought it in extra large, and my mom's like, take that back.
I've seen you wear Howling Wolf shirts for the moon stuff before too, right?
You know it, brother. I like it. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So last year I bought almost the same style shirt, but it was like brown and black tie dye, and it had like a kraken on it, like taking over a ship. And I was like, that's the fucking coolest shirt I've ever seen. Need it. Bought it. This year it was like a dragon, and the dragon's wings going on the sleeve. But I bought it when I was leaving. And when I bought it, I was like, I don't know if I like it that much, because he's standing on towers,
What?
and it straight up looks like the Twin Towers.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
You're saying you got it? You love it?
Hey, never forget.
Do love it. But I wore it the next day, and I was like, this is kind of funky, because
What are we talking about here? Like Twin Tower? Like how intensely close to the Twin Towers does it look?
well, this is the thing.
They're not squared. You can't have
squared.
Oh, like
They're
what?
squared towers. 2 big ones that he's kind of standing on top of.
Is there a little Statue of Liberty in the background, a silhouette?
Not that far, but also, he's standing on top of 2 towers, and then there's like a third little one next to it, like little. And I was like, oh, this is fucking weird. Like, this is the dragon on the twin towers. Gotta have it. Bought it. It was insane too. Like the prices are crazy, but and like, will I wear this anywhere other than bed? Probably not.
What, you gonna wear it every 9/11?
Oh, my birthday.
I mean,
Yeah.
when would be the more appropriate time to wear that shirt?
Anyways, got a shirt. Got a lot of stuff. Spent.
Ty's shocked. Ty's clutching his pearls. He's
like, on my birthday.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I spent crazy amount of money.
Not a 9/11 joke.
I get enough of those on my birthday, all right?
Oh.
Yeah.
But also what I learned is that we went on Mother's Day, and it was I go every year, okay? You have to wait in a line of cars out in the street.
It's the worst.
In the street.
In a big dusty road.
Yeah. No. Before all that, before you even get to pay for parking or whatever, you usually have to wait in a line of cars in the like just normal street.
Yeah.
In like across from
that.
Jimmy John's. You know what I mean? Like like that long ass line.
I've never waited that long of a line, but maybe it's when we go. Mother's Day is probably the day that'll like everybody's gonna be.
No one was there.
All the
That's
wizard
what I'm saying.
moms.
No line whatsoever to get in. No line even in the long, like into the park over the dam. Just flew in, just there.
Oh.
So, and I was like, that's only happened ever once. But then when we got in, it was just not, it was really slow, like crazy slow. And I was like, well, maybe it's because it's the first hot day of the year, but the day before was 100. And then that day was only like 89. So like, it wasn't even the hottest day of the year for the Renaissance Fair. And there was a ton of stuff missing. So I was wondering if it was just a holiday thing, like Mother's Day. Also, it's like the second to last weekend, but the Queen's Court didn't do the march. There was the Puritans weren't there. The Puritans are always there.
How much does it cost to get in Ren Fair now?
45. Oh,
well, the weekend I went was like 48. That was with the fee.
48.
That's like
you know what?
Saturday,
We get
Sunday.
the VA. We got
Saturday.
the vet discount, so it was 45.
Oh, nice.
That's why.
So $2.
Thank you for serving
Thank you
our
for your
country.
service.
Here's your $2
Here's your $2.
But yeah, it was crazy slow, and there was a ton of stuff missing. Also, missing some of the charm. Also, there's no when you wait in line and you get to have the girl pour the beer. And and they're saying,
not that I would.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Not that I would
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I saw people do it.
Yeah. So I've heard.
No, because
I've heard that
I
people have seen
wanted to
people
do it so bad. And Ty, we talked about this.
We did.
I wanted to do it so bad. Not
No one was there?
nary a maiden that would do it. And I was
What?
so
on Mother's Day.
on Mother's Day.
What the?
You don't
hell?
think the mothers?
Yeah.
You know,
I
mothers
was
wanna
so
drink
bummed.
beer out of cleavage.
And not even that. I went and got a beer from one stand, and she was like, "What are you having?"
And
I
they
wa-
were rude.
Well, not even just like rude. Yes, please
Yikes.
be rude, but no accent, no like.
Oh yeah.
No- no
if it's with
characters.
an accent, it's
Oh.
fine.
She was like,
No bad British accent.
Yeah. What the hell?
she was like, "What are you
What kind of
having?"
bullshit is that?
And I was like, "Oh, Modelo," and she was like, "Modelo, okay.
What?
Can I see your ID?" And I was like, "Can you see my
Wow.
ID? Not my magic papers? Not what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?" And then I was like, "Gramercy, madam." And she went, "Can I see your ID?"
Wow.
Like just so annoyed, just over
I'm
it.
so
And-
sorry.
And I was like, I come here for the fucking magic and the
Yeah.
spectacle of it. Like, give me a show. Don't just be like, "What are you having?" I could go to a bar.
Yeah.
So I like gave her my ID,
Yeah.
and she was
Are
like,
you missing something? Can you call me a winch or something?
"Yeah."
Can you-
And then she gave
Hi,
me
my lords. What you be
exactly.
drinking?
Yeah.
And that's what they do. And I've never been a year in my life, and I've gone every year of my life since I've been like 12. I'm not even kidding.
Get it together, Renfair.
And nobody was in character. I mean, even I went up and got food, and I was like, "Oh, I'll have this," and they were like, "How's it going today? Good day." And I was like,
checking a cell phone and shit.
"Hey," I was like, "It's fine."
Working the Renfair, bored at work.
I was like, "Yeah, exactly. Come visit your girl."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?"
Come
What-
visit.
What I was
visit.
like, what's up? I was like, how's it been for you guys? I was like, are y'all just done? Are y'all just done? Is that what's happening? I was like, I was like, no one's been in character. Not a queen procession. Like, what's
Damn.
happening here? And he was like, no, just not what we really do anymore. And I was like, bullshit.
This is the Renaissance Fair,
You know,
friend.
I bet it be. Yeah, I'm not saying this is an excuse, but I'm like, you think because it was hot, like they
That's
were
what
just
I'm
over
saying.
it?
No, that
'Cause-
gets you more into character.
Yeah, well, because it was raining when we went, and people were in character as fuck, and I was like, this is insane.
I thought maybe a holiday kind of situation, and they had the B team
Yeah.
or
That's
the
sad.
D team. It
That
was the
sucks.
D team for sure. I was like, where's my
all the interns.
You know,
and I
it's all.
It's all the
I
interns.
100% every single time somebody didn't like speak like that to me, I went, Gramercy, madam, or Gramercy, sir. And they just were like,
All these Gen Z
fucking
kids.
nerd.
Yeah.
yeah, fucking nerd. And I was like,
I'm just
What
here
do
for
you
a good time.
mean?
I
Did
paid-
you have elf ears, did he? Don't you normally have elf ears? Is that?
I've had them once. I did
Okay.
not have them this year. Maybe I should have.
Boo.
No, I
Yeah,
feel like
maybe
they
people
weren't
would-
responding
if
to
you came in
any
there
of
and-
my vibe. I was like, what do you mean? I'm like obviously into this. I was dressed up.
Yeah. Somebody play along with me, please. Can we play pretend?
Can we
Like,
play pretend? I'm here to play pretend.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm spending an ungodly amount of money actually to play
Yeah,
pretend.
yeah,
So
shit.
can somebody
Yeah,
play
you
with
did.
me?
and you bought everybody's stuff. You're just like, fuck it then. I'm just
Yeah.
buying this whole place
Yeah.
out.
I did. I was like, you.
You know what I've noticed an uptick not only in pricing, but I've also noticed an uptick not just at Ren fairs, but at cons and stuff too, is wizards with boobs. Like wizards with cleavage, titties.
No more boobs.
But like,
They're covering them up.
well, it's better if it's more hilarious when it's on a wizard, I think.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you
Yeah,
the
Where did,
boobs.
where did this come from?
What you have you never
No,
you know what
because
I'm
the
talking about?
Renaissance Fair-
like
No, I get
Gandalf
it.
and cleavage?
Yeah, no, I know. We've been enough Comic Cons to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but that's like I've been a recent development, like an uptick. I feel
You're
like at
saying no
cons and-
more.
No, I'm saying I have seen an uptick in that.
Oh. No, because
versus the traditional.
well,
I
at the
guess not.
Renaissance Fair, usually tits galore.
Yeah, not the case.
That not the case this year.
Saying the-
You didn't go, but Wendell, your
yeah.
father-in-law, your grandfather-in-law,
Yeah, grandfather.
whatever
yeah.
it's called. He literally went around and was like, taking picture. He was like, "Can I take a picture of your cleavage?"
Yeah,
And they
that's
were like,
apparently
yes.
infamous. Yeah,
They were like,
Please.
"Yes, please, kind sir."
This is why I brought them here to be. But that was also when a camera was more of a.
It wasn't like social.
It wasn't like you had also.
no, it was a
It was a
Gotta get it
camera.
developed.
Yeah, to get it developed, and it was a thing like.
and
getting
not
your
like
photo taken was
social
special
media
at
where you
some
could do
point.
it right now. And they're like, "Yeah, whatever." I still don't think they'd care, but
Well,
I don't know.
No,
Well,
the internet's permanent, you know. Whereas
Yeah.
in back in the day, it's like, oh,
like,
this
what's
isn't
this
gonna
guy
end
gonna
up.
do with these?
Yeah, what's this guy gonna do?
I think arguably that's worse. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, then you can judge it on an individual basis, just versus the masses.
anyway,
I can judge based on this
not a lot of
individual's-
cleavage this year. Not a lot of cleavage this
Eddie was
year.
upset.
I honestly was
Sorry about that.
because it just didn't seem right. It didn't seem-
I mean, mine were out when I went.
So there, did he learn? There's no more titties at the Ren Fair.
no more titties.
Ren Fair's gone broke, y'all.
Way, way expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
and also where's your character?
You gotta come. I think it's just the weekend because when I went, it was all of that. It was. I saw everything. Stuff I didn't want
Well,
to
it's
see.
only on the weekends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Stuff I was not
Yeah.
expecting to see.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Something.
the-
There you go. Rephrase it.
Yeah.
Stuff that I was unexpected things.
yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Uh,
because it's not a kid-friendly place a lot of times. And this time it was like It was fine, and no one was in character. That was my thing.
Yeah,
no
everyone
one was
was
in character.
Everyone was in character when I'm so sorry, Diddy.
Literally, and I'm like,
We'll go next year.
Gramercy.
We'll go next year.
They were like fucking nerd.
What's it called? Like the Orange County Pleasure Fair?
What?
The Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
What?
It's called the Pleasure Fair.
It's called the Pleasure Fair.
Who calls it this?
Everyone.
That's
It's
what it's
actually the
called.
official.
Is it really?
Yeah, and then also
That's what I learned
the
this week.
official website
You didn't know
for
that?
the Renaissance.
No, I don't go. This is my first Ren Fair.
The official website for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair gave an address, and I was like, go to that address.
Yeah, this is the original Renaissance
And-
Pleasure Fair.
And that address led us to like a corporate office building.
Uh,
And I went, oh, okay. And then we put in another address and it was like, oh, no, okay. 20 minutes from there. So we went to
Oh.
that. And then we got there another corporate office. And I was like, oh,
the
what's
heck?
happening? Is it just the fair not where we've always thought it was? Like what's happening? And then we put in again, we're 40 minutes late because every address was leading us to this
That's
like
what happened. It was just,
corporate mother. I'm going to yell.
well, the website has the address at the top.
Then the address leads you to a corporate office.
The
It's not
15501 East Arrowhead Avenue, Irwindale, California, at the Santa Fe Dam Recreation Area.
where does it say that?
Right on the very top of the website.
I went to the okay. All right. So maybe it's my fault. But I went to that website and it said
User
52.
error,
It
Diddy.
said like 5207.
Oh, yeah. No, right here.
Does it say one
This is
below
the
that?
original Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
I looked up the right one.
Through April 5th
Go-
through May 18th,
Wait, go
it's
up.
over.
Go up to the top. Go
Yeah, that's at the top right there. I'm
That's the
showing it to
top?
you. Yeah. Look, it says buy tickets,
go down
directions
then.
and transportation.
That was a different address. I swear to God. It said 5072. And it was the corporate office
Diddy's
of the
looking through her
Renaissance Fair.
Mandela effect.
right.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm going
bears.
insane.
Shows on Facebook. Wow. Cool. So you learned that Renaissance Fair has less titties for more money.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
No
Ty-
characters.
That's
Ty, what'd you learn? You learned to really
And I'm a sugar mama.
yeah. That is what we learned.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we learned.
Okay. That's a fair.
Whatever baby wants.
Can we get some
So-
air horns on that
I know.
one?
So we got to go to the Ren Fair with Diddy is what I learned.
We gotta go. Because honestly, it's so
Go
fun.
buy-
I turn into a whole goblin.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
I'm down. The next thing is Labyrinth in August. That's if you want to go to like a high-end Ren Fair, Labyrinth.
I know. I feel
Labyrinth's
like
where
I
it's
wouldn't
at.
fit in because of the goblin thing. I turn into a goblin right when I
Yeah,
get
that's
there.
fine.
I
There's
can't-
there's other goblins there.
I just wore
You
band.
No,
may-
I don't think you understand.
You may find your goblin people.
I don't think you understand.
Ty,
I don't mean it like that.
what did you learn?
Well, before what I shared with you guys on the little TikTok video, apparently you can't say Dave and Buster's
Ooh.
on what did I call it? Voice
On
memos.
voice, so you can't
Voice memos.
text Dave and Buster's.
Right. But it's the ampersands that the like the programming doesn't
There's
understand.
there's a glitch in sending out apparently if
In a
you try-
voice memo.
In a
if
voice
you
memo
try, all right,
specifically.
let's
Yeah,
let's
do it.
demonstrate here. Actually,
I
you
tried
do
it this
Ty.
morning, actually.
We tried it just
did try
before
it.
the show. So if you try and do a voice memo, like a message that sends your voice via text message, and you say Dave and Buster's, you cannot send that message, and it'll show that you sent it on your end, but the other person will see like bubbles,
Bubbles. Yeah. So here.
and it doesn't send. And I challenge everybody to try this because I'm like, oh, okay, this is just a gimmick.
So I'll be like, I'm gonna text Pablo.
So
Hey, do you want to go to Dave and Buster's tonight?
this is my text from Ty.
Then I'll send it to you right now.
Here's a previous message. Oh, I'm trying to tap my
You're
phone like I'm going
tapping
to
the phone.
focus.
Is that a voice memo at the bottom?
No, so that's another one that he sent. Okay.
Play it. Or delete it. And
Oh, because we tried Chuck E. Cheese instead.
oh,
So
that's exactly what I did.
Previous
with-
text message.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
on
but
my end, it shows.
the full thing. But I
Full
don't get a
thing.
text message for it.
but
Try
he
it.
doesn't Get it. Try it at
Uh,
home.
Try it at home, kids. Try it with your friends. You
Yeah.
cannot voice memo Ty taught us that, really.
I
But
found,
we all learned it together.
I found a video. What I was gonna say,
They're
Yeah.
censoring us.
they're censoring us. Well, what I was gonna say, I thought you two would appreciate. So I had more beer this weekend.
Ooh, security.
Sicardi.
You tried new beer.
I tried, really shitty beers.
Ty
Go
the
on.
beer guy. We need a whole segment now.
Da-da-da-da-da. Ty the beer
guy.
guy. Ty the beer guy.
It was dark.
Dark beer
Dark beer.
or a dark time.
So my one of my close friends, Jared, took me when I was in Silverlake. What I was gonna say is like, man, I have insane imposter syndrome over there. Everyone over there is like so fucking cool. But anyway,
In Silverlake?
yeah, dude,
Come on,
it's like
man.
all the artists, all the like,
It's true.
all the cool,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. But anyway,
I've been there.
I went to. He took me to a bar, I guess, and food was it was
What
weird,
bar?
33 Taps, I believe what it's called.
It's at the end on Sunset by like the Vista almost.
Yeah, it's near like Brain Dead Studios.
Yeah, it's like kind of where Sunset has that. There's like that Vaughn's almost, and there's like
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
it's like a little intersection.
Yeah, it's a little place.
33 taps.
33 Taps, and it was interesting because it was happy hour, but you can't order at the bar. They have a QR code that you had to do through your phone. So like, I didn't get the happy hour pricing, which was
Pass.
dumb. But I was like,
Yeah,
I was already
good.
annoyed. But I was like, okay, I don't want to drink.
I heard you say bar at Silverlake, and I was like, no.
No, there's some good bars. That was just the one we went to. 'Cause
All
they
right,
had
yeah.
food and it was closest to his house. We got chicken tenders. Food was actually pretty decent. I got a light beer because I was like, I'm gonna be drinking tonight. I gotta drive home, but let me just get something, chill for now.
Chill beer.
Chill beer.
me
It
that
was nice
chill.
and cold, but it was flat. I'm like, I'm
Mm.
sorry. I thought beer was supposed to be a little fizz. Like,
Ty's leaving a negative Yelp review right now for 33
Dude.
taps. Listen up, 33 taps
well, it gets
in
worse.
Silver Lake
It
with your
gets worse.
flat cold beer
It gets
Okay,
worse.
what happened?
and your terrible parking and pretentious attitudes. Yeah,
Amen.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Enough said. No, what's worse is that Jared was like, "Hey, they have a Baja Blast seltzer." I'm like,
That sounds good.
"That sounds good. Let me get
Does
that."
it? Does it?
And then I got it also for a flat for a seltzer.
Yeah, there's something fucked up with their.
And I'm like,
PSI.
what the hell? And then like, not only that, it did not taste good. There was like no taste. And I'm like, this is the worst $14 I've spent.
so
on-
you just drank it and didn't say anything?
I was
Ty?
like, dude, I know. I was just, dude, I was exhausted. It was hot. I was exhausted. I just wanted to get the hell out of there.
Oh,
No, man.
should have said
Ty.
this is flat.
Ty.
Because
Ty, Tyler.
listen,
Ty.
that was
You're
it a
spending
brewery?
your hard-earned money, friend.
I know.
Was it a brewery or just a
No,
bar?
it's like
like
a
a
bar that's got
bar.
a bunch of it's
See-
like it's a beer bar though. It's like it's got like all 33 taps. Yeah, that's
like
it.
Yeah.
That's
Baskin
gimmick.
Robbins, 31 flavors.
So
Their
yeah, if
CO2's
you're,
busted.
brother, if you're spending $14, I'm gonna say this out to anybody out there that needs to hear this. If you're spending $14 on a cerveza
yeah.
and that shit comes out flat, you have every right in the
Dude.
world
Yeah.
to say, hey, give me a different beer. This one's flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And my
for sure.
hard-earned $14,
that's a
Johnny California. Hello.
expensive.
What's up, dude? Yeah.
Hit him with the CO2.
Yeah, be
hit
like,
him
hey,
with the CO2s off.
So
Yeah.
come on, Ty.
Yeah, next time.
Well, next
there
time.
Won't, there won't be a next. I'm not going back.
I
I'm not-
feel,
I'm not
I'm
going
sad.
back.
And I'm telling everybody on this live stream right now, 33 taps in Silver Lake, you sons of bitches.
Flat ass beer, flat ass
Yeah.
seltzers.
How was the service?
Well, again, I mean, everyone there was friendly, but again, you don't
QR
really-
code.
Yeah, you QR code. I
Come
didn't really
on.
interact
Pass.
with
Come
anyone.
on.
The guy that sat us was nice. He's like, "Oh yeah, self-seated," and he was wearing a blank shirt. I'm like, "Okay, this guy seems cool." Never saw him again because it was
Whatever. That
self-service.
he doesn't sound cool.
So,
Ty.
like,
He was
you
like, yeah, go
order-
in, order your own shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the f- did I tip?
Yeah,
What am I tipping for?
I've been to a place like that where you order on the QR and you put it all in,
Yeah.
and then
No.
they bring it out, and then you're like, "Can I get salt and pepper?"
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
I
where-
mean, like the people that brought out the food were nice, and I know they're not like they're just the workers.
I don't.
yeah,
yeah,
but you got to keep your taps in check.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean,
That's what I
It's not
do.
coming out of their paycheck, friend.
No,
like
I know.
Yeah.
unless
That's
like
what I do.
yeah, it's not coming out of anybody's paycheck except so those people like yeah, absolutely, dude. Eggs are expensive.
Yeah,
Okay, the
dude.
world is a pricey place.
Beer is
right
damn
now.
expensive, man.
But the other-
$14. $14 for a seltzer?
Yeah, that was included. That included the fucking whatever, 10,
but
15%.
it's not. Here's the other thing: is
Yeah.
it could not be their like also potentially not their fault that they don't know. They're not sitting there drinking.
Right.
So yeah, it's up to you to be like, hey,
But they need to be
This
checking
beer
it.
is
They should
flat.
know that.
Yeah.
you should be aware. Maybe, but maybe not. You know what I'm saying? What is it
Yeah.
like? Some 24-year-old bartender who like, doesn't know what a freaking sea breeze is. I'll take a sea breeze, please. Just a fucking cranberry and vodka, right? But I'm
Yeah.
saying like,
Yeah.
just let those fuckers know.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. I'm mad for you right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking call 33
I'm
Taps
pissed.
right the fuck now. Let's figure it out.
Dude,
Why are you
My
on your
friend
phone?
needs his money back because I'm looking up 33 Taps in Silverlake. Now we're gonna there are 33 Taps.
He would call them.
oh my god.
He would call them.
12 to 11.
It's fine.
Listen up, 33 Taps at 3725 West Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, California, 926
Damn doxing them.
United
Yeah.
States.
Calling them out.
Damn doxing them.
Yeah.
My friend was not satisfied with the service, and he didn't. He just at the moment just wanted to hang out and
Yeah.
didn't feel like complaining. But y'all owe this man
Thank you.
at least 2 beers,
Yeah.
Carbonated.
carbonated beers.
Yeah.
One for
Check.
the one that he paid for, and then
Bought 2 beers.
another one for the inconvenience. Oh, you bought 2 beers?
Yeah.
Okay, then y'all owe him 4 beers.
Yeah, 4.
Give Ty at least 4 beers.
And us 4 beers apiece also.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I just Ty needs the beer. I mean, but I will take
I also want the beer. I'll take his too.
So Diddy needs 8 beers. I need 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to check.
Yeah, just that's
No, that sucks.
I'm sorry,
It's
Ty.
fine. Without
Man.
and then the last thing I will say,
It's fine.
without any context,
Okay.
I'm gonna pass it over to you after I say what I'm
Oh.
about to say.
No
Because
context, no
it's-
follow up.
No, because it's funnier this way. Because I did this at dinner, and my friend's like, "You got to tell this on the podcast."
Okay.
Jared taught me what a bear is, and not the animal.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Come on,
Okay.
dude.
Come on.
Come on, brother.
Come on.
Well, it's just funny. I guess you had to be there.
You're so cute, Ty.
You're
I
so
was like-
cute.
You're so adorable.
like,
and
"You know-
innocent.
You don't know
You're
where a
such
bear is?
You're
You
such
didn't
an
know what a
innocent
bear
young
was?
soul.
Well, it
Oh,
was,
you sweet summer child.
well, it was just okay. Just give you a little bit of
You
context.
didn't know what a. Yeah.
Well, no, because he was like, "Hey, I know you're not like, I know you're an ally, but you're not like within the community." I'm like, "Okay, where's this question going?" He goes, "Do you know what a bear is?" And I'm like,
You didn't know.
I know it is a person." And then he was just like, "So that store that we just passed?" I'm like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I know the place. Yeah, the place in Silverlake. I know exactly. It was at the leather store.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He
That
was
place
like-
has been there for years.
he was like,
dude.
"That's for bears." I'm like, "I don't know what that means."
That's for everybody. It's a bear. Did he teach you what an otter is?
Yeah, but he didn't call it that. He's like, "Do you know what a cub is?" And I'm like,
No. I think an
No,
otter is
cub-
different than a cub.
"Okay, well, I learned a lot this weekend apparently."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm broadening your horizon.
You sweet summer child.
Sweet summer child.
I know it's a person
Hmm.
Yeah.
that
Wow.
describes a person.
I feel like I just
I
learned a
love
lot
to
about
hear
you.
what
I
they
learned enough
said.
about you, Ty. I feel I'm sorry.
Silver Lake's a very interesting place, and I love it.
I lived in Silver Lake when I first moved here. That was like
Oh,
the
nice.
first place I lived in. And it was cool and random. And you're right, everybody is kind of super cool.
Yeah,
And like, I mean, there's some real ones. I met some real folks out of Silver Lake, but
Mm.
there's also like a weird
oh, there is a lot
Pretentious
of weird, pretentious people,
crowd
100%.
and there's like celebrities that live there. So if they like are like, oh yeah, exactly right. And there's like like musicians and stuff that live there.
My best friend lived there when I moved back from New York. And I was just in this very cool time in my life where I was like, I fucking just moved back from New York and I'm just in Silver Lake hanging out now. And I was friends with a bunch of people in like really famous bands. And I was like, come to my friend's house afterwards. And he lived with like a couple famous actors. So I was like, this guy lives
Silver
there.
Lake for sure. That's
It
the
was like
one.
a crazy time of
There's
like
a lot of house parties there that just everybody
House
goes
parties.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of famous people.
So-
I met a ton of famous people at those parties. And they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, I fucking nothing.
All right. funny story. This is so random. I lived with like the girl I was dating at the time. I lived with like, there was 2 roommates. It was a 3-story house in Silverlake. It's on McCullum Place. It was like a little alley too. So it was like off of Berkeley. Like it was a 3-story house. It was fucking dope. The top story. What's up? You have
No.
oh, you're showing?
Yeah.
All right.
Check your phone.
Check my phone?
All of you.
All of us check our phones? Wow. But we would throw a house party there. If you're trying to talk to me about Dave and Buster's, it doesn't come up. But what? I don't even. What are you talking about here? Hold on.
It's fine. Don't point stuff out to Pablo during the show because he's like,
Why
what do
not?
you mean?
I know. I'm like, what are you guys doing over there? I'm like, oh, we're trying to be discreet.
What are you? Anyways,
Don't be discreet and be like, look at your phone.
we didn't
Right.
know anybody.
That's true.
We didn't know anybody in Silver Lake. We had just kind of moved there from New Orleans. We probably had each met, like, you venture out with all this group of people that just moved from New Orleans, and you kind of meet your little clans of people, and then everybody just like, hey, we're having a house party.
Yeah.
And those house parties at Silver Lake would get wild. Like there were people that I didn't know, like that were like not invited. Like people would just show up.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was in the band Group Love at the time.
Oh, nice.
And I got to look up his name, but like, I had watched like an interview. So I never knew what they looked like, but I had just watched an interview with like the bass player. Let's see if I can find him.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. So we were
Now.
at this party, and then there's like a group of people. There was like on the 3rd story, there was like this like deserty like backyard thing.
Oh.
There's like a little smoke circle around like a little fire up at the top. And I'm like, who are those people up there? And then I get there and I was like, oh, that's the bass player to Group Love.
Mhm.
And then I like look around the circle. I'm like, oh, that's all the Group Love just sitting back here. And like, it's cool. But I'm also like, who the fuck invited Group Love?
They're just there.
Hey, thanks for showing up. But like, who invited you guys? You just crashing party? I don't know, but maybe like,
Yeah.
you're not Bill Murray. I don't know. It was cool.
I met the most insane peoples at that party. At those parties. One party I went to, I met and this is funny because I met Michael Cera and Alia Shakwa from Arrested Development. She plays Maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just at a Silver Lake house party.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I went up and I was like, man, to her first. I was like, such a big fan. I was like, such a big fan. She was like, oh, like, what's your name? I don't know how it came up, but I was like, oh, Maybe. And she went, okay. And I was like, oh, I was just being fun. I'm sorry. I get that's not funny because like that's the show you're in. And it's like a joke you probably hear a lot. Sorry. And then like later on though, I was like wicked drunk. And I went over and like her and Michael Cera were talking at a pool, like sitting down.
I hope like this ends with you being like, you guys aren't even that fucking cool, okay? Fuck that show. It's not going anywhere.
It does not.
All right.
But
damn it.
they're sitting like crisscross applesauce next to a pool.
How cute.
I am 19. This one actually was before I moved to New York. I was 19 and I was in high heels, like crazy high heels. I leaned down, squat next to them just to tell them like, hey man, sorry for the bad impression earlier to Alia. And I was like, but I'm a huge fan. So like, we're cool. We're at the same party. Same party is cool.
Oh my God.
And I just kept going. I don't know what I said actually. Like I cannot remember because I have purposefully, because it was so traumatic, I have blocked it out. I just remember like in my, like if I close my eyes, I could see it. Like Michael Cera fucking looking at me like I was the biggest piece of shit on the planet, looking at me like, who are you? Why are you talking to us? What the fuck, you child? And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And I just thank God every day that I did not fall into that pool because I was dangerously close. and I was in high heels and I was squatting in a short dress. So, you know, they thought I sucked, and I get that. But I almost fell into that damn pool. And I just really am happy I did not fall into that damn pool. I think about that every day.
Did he embarrass herself in front of some celebrities?
I do that all the time.
Yeah. If you're a celebrity,
In
I'm probably
those
gonna
days, I
embarrass
was going
myself.
to I was going to a lot of parties with celebrities. I embarrassed myself all the time. I threw up in Idris Elba's bathroom.
There you go.
And he came in and he was like, "Is everything okay in here?" And his like awesome accent. And I was like, "Everything's cool. I like your bidet." And he was like, "You didn't puke in that, did you?" And I was like, "I did not." But
as you're like rinsing with your
face in the fucking bidet.
I just
honestly
wash my face
probably. It was a crazy time.
I just need to wash my face really quick. I like your face washer.
So
yeah.
You know what I got out of that story?
Me and Pablo are super fucking cool.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. No, but also if LA Comic Con, if Michael Cera's ever there, we got to do a meet and greet.
No, like literally, I've thought about this so often.
If you
I'm like,
ever
if
come face to face with Michael Cera one more time,
I'm gonna be like, do you know that your face haunts my
well,
nightmare?
Michael Cera clearly watches the Deep Issues Nerdcast.
He looked at me like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It was insane. I was like, oh my God.
It's like,
I don't know
mad,
what I
he's
said.
disappointed.
Yes, but also disgusted. Who
Oh.
are you? You filth.
Can I just say that Johnny California just said that one night it was raining really hard at Silverlake and he almost ran over Jared Leto.
No.
Well, he was screaming or on acid or something at like 3 in the morning.
So yesterday.
It had what? Mascara all over his face?
Oh yeah. You know, Silverlake, crazy
Silverlake,
time.
It's a cool place, but
Crazy time.
it is a weird crowd. But
It
I
is.
mean, whatever. It's fun. It's fine.
It's
That
fine.
was a different time in my life.
It's a different time.
Now I'm here with you guys.
Went too long on embarrassing ourselves in front of celebrity stories. We're not journalists, okay?
Mm.
We're not. But we do keep our ears to the nerdy streets around here. Sometimes we read articles, sometimes we read headlines, most of the time just the headlines. But now we're going to read you guys the articles. This is news and stuff. This is all right. Let's get to it. You guys hear about this? This is breaking.
I'll
This
hear
is
about
so
this.
stupid.
Max. I just
Yes.
finally started calling it Max, by the way. Max.
I've never called it Max. I refuse.
I switched
It's
back
HBO.
to HBO Max as of this morning, apparently.
Yes.
And I love
What do
this
you mean?
meme because there was the internet was hilarious about this. Clearly, like the fuckery that happens on the internet is always fantastic. Gosh darn it. Did I fall behind a freaking paywall here on the New York Times?
Oh, there's paywall.
No, I have. I subscribe to the New York Times.
This guy fucking living in Silverlake.
There shouldn't be this paywall here. It's a write-off.
Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
No, the move is, do you know who my father is?
Yeah, there it is.
What the heck happened?
Huh?
Now it's not signed out of it here. Anyways, look, as of this morning, it's no longer HBO Max. It is Max. Now I
No,
got to look it up.
No, it's no longer Max. It's
I'm
HBO
sorry.
Max.
It's no longer Max.
It's HBO Max.
What it's always been to me. I've never called it Max.
Ooh,
That's
big
stupid.
news
I
day.
know.
Yeah, so HBO Max is now live once more. It turns out that Warner Brothers Discovery's, this is according to Variety, by the way. It turns out that Warner Brothers Discovery thinks HBO has some pretty good brand equity. After all,
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
The only
Oh,
brand
no
it's
shit.
had.
this summer, Streamer Max will bend the knee to rebrand back to its original name of HBO Max.
That is so dumb and not news at all.
Dude,
It's been
I
2
get it.
years. It's been 2 years. That's
Yeah,
like,
but it's like they do this every
this is like
couple years.
Coca-Cola, original Coca-Cola shit right here.
They do this every couple
This is
years to
Warner-
like get people interested, get a new subscription or whatever.
Warner
HBO
Brother-
Now, HBO Max,
HBO
Max.
Go.
Max, go. Now it's HBO Max.
It's
like,
home
what
box
the fuck? Who
office.
cares? It's HBO.
It's just HBO, dude.
It's just HBO. I've never called it anything other.
Dude, I'll call them out. It's just Warner Brothers saying, "Hey, pay attention to me."
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm paying attention to you, Warner Brothers.
Clearly, because it's
sponsor us. Also, Ty, they have all the A24 library, friend.
Yeah, I know that.
All right, come
but
on.
I've never called it Max.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
They can do whatever they want. They still got the same stuff, and I'm not affecting that.
Right.
But
By
the
just
logo was
always calling it HBO.
All I want to know is, are we going to get the traditional staticky HBO intro that's like...
Right. Wait, you want to know how petty I am?
Yes.
I still have the app that says HBO Max.
Ooh.
You didn't update?
I have both. It says Max on the bottom and then HBO Max on the top.
Well, now they're
it's two
one and
different
the
apps.
same.
Now it's
They're going to merge.
Well, now it's probably
After
going to be a
those
whole
two
new.
apps are going to fuck.
Oh,
That's not how that works, but
Yeah,
all right.
and then
I think it is. Well, there's going to probably be a whole new app.
Oh, great.
Yeah, now you're going to have 3 Max, 3 fucking HBO apps.
I will say
Hell
this,
no.
and Johnny California and Nathan Haskell can back me up on this.
Yeah.
Hopefully your interface does make things more accessible to find, especially like AEW. All your live programming that you're supposedly is ending up immediately on HBO Max right after the program ends on live television is difficult to find. And they do have that service, but they're not offering it well enough. So president and CEO of the streaming service added, we'll continue to focus on what makes us unique. Not everything for everyone in a household, but something distinct and great for adults and families. Let's see. Yeah, they flip-flopped. Look, it's crazy. They're flip-floppers, and this meme perfectly epitomizes. But I don't know. It's a stupid branding thing.
Who
You're
cares?
right.
The branding thing.
I'm glad it's HBO Max again. I'm glad it's
Yeah,
like
I know.
It
yeah.
does not affect me at all.
It doesn't affect me.
it does me.
It does.
Because the Max did piss me off. And I did start saying Max because I just am a proper anal son of a bitch like that. And I'll just be like, no, well, it's Max.
I've always just said HBO.
I've always said HBO.
But
Stubborn as
HBO,
hell.
right? Home box office. Yeah, their IPs, I think they're trying to kind of associate people with HBO properties more than,
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
I don't know, because they're fucking tone deaf fucks.
What a nightmare hellscape we live in.
This is the darkest timeline. This is some good
Truly.
news. The King of the Hill is coming back, baby. Hank Hill is being boosted into the modern era. Basically, this is King of the Hill is going to re-debut on Hulu, and it takes a time jump. So it actually Hank,
It's like Bobby, right?
yeah, Bobby's like old. He's like in his late 30s or 20s or mid 30s.
Oh,
Yeah. According to USA Today, life has changed since King of the Hill ended way back in 2009. Hulu has released the first look at this animated comedy revival from creators Mike Judge and Greg Daniels. The new poster shows a drone flying a case of Alamo beer into Arlen, Texas. Hank Hill is back with his longtime pals Bill, Dale, and Boomhauer drinking beer in the alley behind Hank's house. Hank and company look slightly older naturally. His pals are embracing change. Bill enjoys food deliveries by the Megalo Eats, while Dale is rocking virtual reality headset with Alamo in hand. So yeah, I don't know what Dale's wearing there. Apple Vision Pro. So we know he's got, and he's smoking a vape. He quit smoking cigarettes. He's hitting a vape. All right, let's digest this image for a second because this is hilarious. Dale is hitting a vape. Boomhauer has an iPad in his hand.
Yeah. There's
Bill-
an electric scooter. In the
Yeah,
back.
Bill is picking up is that one of the robot delivery things or just a Uber Eats?
Boomhauer has a scooter, like an electric scooter.
Yeah.
There's
behind
like
him.
a bird behind him. They're all drinking the Alamo, and Hank's just Hank. Hank's gonna be Hank no matter what. He's not gonna fucking be down.
He just needs
This
propane
bullshit.
and propane accessories.
Well, propane is still clean burning gas, actually. Hank's probably really the crowd that Hank
Yeah,
Hill
he's not
works
gonna-
for
Yeah, he's
has
not gonna,
probably changed.
maybe because he's not going to go electric.
It's gonna be Hank
Yeah.
dealing with like new age people who are like clean burning gasoline, and
Yeah.
we're not Republicans, and he's gonna be like, oh.
Oh,
One of my favorite things ever. I don't remember which episode it was, but there was an episode where like Peggy was accusing him of something, and he's
Oh,
like,
the
"That time you were
charcoal?
no, it was like
Oh.
you were in the bank for like 2 hours." It's like, "Why do you always want to go to the bank?" He's like, I just love. I don't know what exactly he says. She accuses him, and he goes, "That's not true. I love going to the bank because I love the American banking system."
Yeah, and not the ATM exchange or whatever he says. Yeah.
something like that. But and then there's like the gag with him having the WD-40 that he can't get the lid off of.
Yeah.
So he pulls
gets
out a
a
little
little-
tiny WD-40 and hits the WD-40, and then hits the WD-40 on the door. Fuck, man, that show, Mike Judge is brilliant, and I can't wait to see. Like, I'm so excited. Although I will say some cast members have obviously passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think they addressed this in this New York Times article by Brian Alexander. Let's see. Judge reprises his voice roles as the propane salesman Hank Hill and the fast-talking pal Boomhauer. Kathy and Najimy returns as Hank's wife Peggy. Pamela
Brittany Murphy that played
she's passed, soon passed,
yeah. So who's gonna play her?
Pamela Alden returns as Bobby, who now works who now works in a fusion restaurant, a career inspired by weekends spent grilling his dad. I don't know. Let's see. Stephen Root is back as Bill. Yeah, Johnny Hardwick, the voice of Dale Gribble, died in 2023. So
Nary a mention of Brittany,
they don't mention
Murphy.
Brittany Murphy in this USA Today article, which is like, what?
which is crazy because she's like a main character.
As Luann. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Yeah, same. I'm excited, but also it's like they do this, they bring back stuff that I don't think that needs to be brought back.
But it's Mike Judge. He's gonna
do good.
He's gonna do good.
I know
he's one of the few people that I can. Did you ever watch Silicon Valley? Silicon Valley?
I did watch the first season.
Not every episode, but yes.
Silicon Valley is brilliant. It's his shows again.
I know.
Office Space. He's gonna get it.
I know.
You're
I just think that it was a good run. It was a good run. Sometimes
Mike Judge got to secure that bag.
Sure, but at what
He's trying
cost?
to get that Tim Burton money.
Sure.
At what cost? Well,
he's gonna make.
You're
going
to say Tim Burton, and
He's-
and that's going to piss me off.
I'm saying
because
he's trying to make
that's
the
what
Tim
I'm
Burton
saying.
money. But Mike,
But
I
because
think-
that's what I'm saying. Tim Burton completely fucking sold
Mike
out,
Judge-
and none of his shit is good anymore. And he's just ruining every single thing that we ever liked about him.
I'm gonna trust Mike Judge.
We're gonna trust.
I'm gonna trust in him. He's one of the people that I feel like I would put my trust. Ty, back me up here, Ty. What are you doing?
Funny enough, I just got an email from HBO Max.
They're like cease and desist.
No,
We're back,
they're like
babies.
coming soon. HBO Max, same app, newish name, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God,
He's
sorry.
taking Did he took her shoes off? I'm taking my shoes off.
I took my shoes off
I will take
the
mine off in
second I got
solidarity,
here.
This is the shoes off episode.
but you don't get to see the feet, not for free.
Oh, not for free.
I'll show
baby.
you on my feet for free. Here you go. These are some po' boy socks.
Well,
Put them away.
Put those dogs away.
Anyways, I trust in Mike.
Yeah.
Judge, come on.
Yeah. Look, I don't think I have. I think I'm just like neutral for once on this. Like, I don't.
You don't love King of the
Yeah.
Hill.
No, it's not that. I didn't.
You hate King of the Hill.
I did not say
Fuck
that.
King of the Hill and everybody who
No.
loves King of the Hill is what you're saying.
Ty.
No, that's not what I'm
Breaking news.
saying.
Ty Chow says, if you like King of the Hill, go fuck yourself.
Oh.
Ty,
how
why
dare
would you
you?
say
I
that to
never said
anybody?
You're
anything.
crazy.
This is our
Ty.
fan base, dude.
No,
No,
I don't think that at all. I just think I'm like it's beloved.
it's beloved. It's funny. Like, it's funny that we say this because at Comic Con, at least WonderCon, there's always the booth that it's weird. It's like half of it's Bob's Burgers and half of it's King of the Hill.
The Hulu booth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. It's the fucking Hulu booth.
The Hulu. They have all
all-
the adult animation now.
Yeah,
right.
truly.
This is Disney, technically.
Yeah. No, I think people are going to be excited for it because when I went, and this was like day 2 of WonderCon, all their King of the Hill stuff was sold out. So yeah, it's popular. And I didn't watch. I watched most of the episodes. I didn't watch it religiously. Like I
not
did The
all their
Simpsons.
King of the Hill stuff. I got well.
The
I know this
three-
isn't
Like
see
three of my
you see
best
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can you?
I
you
can't show. I can't show it. It's on the back of my laptop.
three of my best friends in this world have
Can you see it? Sorry.
are obsessed with King of the Hill. Obsessed.
Other way.
Up. Oh, I don't think it's. Oh, and now I've lost.
Look, it's Bobby Hill as a freaking Shadow the Hedgehog, and it says, That's my emerald diamond. I don't know you. Before I disconnect us from the feed over here.
Well, I remember at Comic Con
me.
they have the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, but it's Bobby's face on the snake.
Yeah.
Says, I don't
That's
know
funny.
You. It's funny.
I don't know you. King of the Hill's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like
I trust Mike Judge.
Like 3 of my best friends.
Stop doubting Mike Judge, did you?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
I'm just saying.
He's brought us. He hasn't let us down yet. He's one of the real ones that are left out there.
You're right.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of an example.
Beavis
Okay.
and
Like if they
Butthead,
brought
dude.
something back that didn't need to be brought back, that I'm like, don't bring that back.
I'll take. You know what? In the world where everybody's making sequels right now,
I'll take a.
I'll
King of the
fucking
Hill.
take a Mike Judge sequel. I'll take an Idiocracy sequel. I'll take a.
We're living it, brother.
I'll take some more Beavis and Butthead. I'll take some more Silicon Valley. The one man right now whose shit I would freaking love to see. Did he do Daria as well? I'll fucking take a. Oh my god! Please bring back Daria.
That'd be
Somebody
funny.
bring that show back.
But also, we have it.
No,
we have
but
it.
here's the thing: is that it needs to be like a contemporary version. Like, what are these beloved characters?
Or make new stuff.
But I don't know. Some of these people's
I think
takes
make
are. But I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
You know.
You want to?
Okay, Olivia says fuck Daria. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Breaking
I
news.
fucking love
Every-
Daria and King of the Hill.
Look,
I'm just saying, make new stuff that's relevant now. Don't give me Boomhauer smoking a fucking
Vape. I love it.
vape.
No, because I'll agree with Pablo on this.
Wait,
only in the
that wasn't
sense-
Boomhauer anyway.
Dale.
I'll give you like 2 examples. Like I love The Simpsons, but like they keep making more.
They keep going.
They keep going, but like to Pablo's point, like
Give it a
it's
rest.
giving us characters in these new scenarios. Like that's different than like
Keeping it going.
Keep it going.
For
I-
sure.
It's different.
Let me tell
I
you.
don't think that's right either.
I love that The Simpsons is still going because it's almost like
In a way.
that in
It's-
itself
in a
is
way.
a joke.
Yeah.
It
You know,
is
and
a
I'm not
joke.
saying that in a negative way. Like the fact that they're like, no, we're going to keep the joke going. We're the longest running
Right.
TV show. And it's
Yeah.
like out of all the things to be like this historic,
Yeah.
goated, longest running
Yeah.
show, it's The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean,
Also, who am I? Anytime somebody brings something back that I
You're going to watch it, dude.
I'm gonna watch it. Like I'm gonna
I'm going to hit my
watch it.
inhaler. I'm so upset right now.
But I'm gonna be like,
How dare you doubt Mike Judge?
well, like they brought back
There's few
X Files, right? And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
it
that
wasn't good.
That wasn't
And
good.
now Ryan
That was-
Coogler's like, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
bring
That's fair. That was terrible.
That's what I'm
okay, that's
saying.
fair.
And
There's-
now-
I agree. There's been some shit.
Yeah. And that was my damn show.
But here's
But
the
now
thing.
Ryan Coogler's talking about bringing it back,
That's
and
not
I'm
much-
like, oh damn.
Oh, here's the thing: is as terrible as all those X Files sequels were, because they brought it back a few times. If they did another, if they announced tomorrow, they're like, we're gonna bring back the X Files. They'll be like, yeah, all right.
Well, they
Exactly.
already have, and Ryan Coogler's doing it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm in. I'm in for the
So
next
I'm
12 sequels on
in.
that.
I get it. So I keep
Okay,
You know, people
Ryan
bring stuff
Coogler's gonna
back
do
and I-
King of the Hill.
I'm in. I'm in.
Just give Ryan Coogler more projects. Is I
No,
think
yeah.
what we're trying to
No, I'm just saying that they've brought back a lot of stuff that I'm like, that I'm a huge fan of, and then they bring it back, and I'm like,
Here, look,
that
okay, I
sucks.
got this is a perfect segue, Diddy. They're bringing something else back, but with a twist.
yeah, all right.
Oh.
We got our first
Yep.
look at Nicolas Cage suited up in this live action Spider-Verse Spider-Man Noir.
I get what you're doing, but this
Amazon
isn't bringing
Prime.
it back. This is just like a new thing in
Yeah,
the
but it's
constant
Spider-Man.
like long
you know
stream
the
of
story.
things. Yeah.
You know the Spider-Man story. They're not changing the canon of how Spider-Man becomes a Spider-Man. They're just putting the Spider-Man in a different time or situation, but same. It's the monomyth, right? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same story, the same. I look,
But
I'm okay
it's
with it.
from something that's not even what
and it's Nicolas
One-
Cage,
15
live action this time.
live action.
10 years
Nicolas
old.
Cage.
10 years old.
You know, a few
This thing.
episodes back, we
That's
talked about.
that's not bringing it back. That's continuing it.
Well, I mean, this was a comic first.
Yeah.
It was a comic first. And okay, so Spider-Man Noir, we're gonna nerd explain here. Spider-Man
Yes.
Noir is
The Noir universe.
the Noir universe. So it's like there's infinite realities and infinite universes in comic books because that's the nature of comic books. And characters that you love. Like, for example, there's more than likely like a caveman universe where there's a caveman Spider-Man, and there's the gunslinger Spider-Man, and there's, so all these different infinite versions. If you're a good enough writer, you can kind of create a universe. Spider-Man Noir, there was a comic book that was a Spider-Man Noir comic that then was introduced into into the Spider-Verse, because he wasn't in Across the Spider-Verse, but I hope he will be. And Nicolas Cage famously voiced in that movie, probably this animated movie from Miller and Lord, the same people who made the Lego movie, probably arguably the best Spider-Man film ever made.
Amen.
Period. And it's crazy. I know if you've never seen Across the Spider-Verse, you're like, how can that be? How can that be? The best
I didn't get a rump out of that.
But it is, it's the best. It's the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And if you watch it, you would know why. It's a work of art. It's like fantastic. And the character of Spider-Man Noir in that movie is famously voiced by one Nicolas Cage, of such films as Moonstruck and Ghost Rider,
and National Treasure,
and then the National Treasure franchises.
That's high praise.
Con Air, Face Off.
No, those first three were it.
Those are the ones that people don't prefer.
Firstly, Con Air and Face Off are easily two of my favorite films. Fuck Ty, that's it.
That's Con Air.
I'm gonna get Con Air.
Stop.
I'm gonna get every possible copy of Con Air on VHS I can get.
That's it. Dude, I would say do Moonstruck.
This is what I learned this week. Let's go back to this really quick. I learned that there's one guy on TikTok that is a Titanic on VHS TikTok guy that he has like hundreds of copies of Titanic on VHS. And there's another guy who has
The Mummy.
The Mummy on VHS. And those are the two biggest like single collectors of like a single VHS film on social media right now. So I'm like, I have enough. Look right behind Ty. There's all these
Titanic
VHS
right now.
I have Titanic on VHS a few times. I have The Mask on VHS a bunch of times too, ironically enough. But out of all the movies, I'm like, I want to collect one movie. I want to get like a bunch of them, just like the Titanic on VHS guy. Just like the Mummy. It's gonna be. It's either Con Air or Face Off, but I think Con Air.
Con Air.
I think it should be Moonstruck.
No, man.
Lean into it.
Anyways, Nicolas Cage, we got this look of him as Spider-Man Noir. Amazon Prime is making a live-action Spider-Man Noir series. Do we love it? Do we hate it?
I'm stoked. And what's cool? Oh, go ahead, Didi. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be sick. Over to you.
Over to you, Ty. Thanks, Didi. Anyway, no. What's cool is I don't know how true this is, and I don't know. I didn't get to check the source. I didn't get to copy article. Apparently, it's going to be in both black and white and in color.
Ooh,
yes, it is.
Yes. I mean, I feel like I just want it in black and white.
Yeah.
Got to commit to the bit.
Yeah, I just want to see it in black and white.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it in color.
I don't want to see it. I feel like it's going to take
Keep
away
the
the
color
magic.
version. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll tell you, like, from what I see of this.
You saw the trailer, yeah?
No, there's what?
Yeah, dude. There's like a full, not like an official trailer. It's like a 30-second. Yeah, a little teaser. But yeah, he's like fighting a guy with a Tommy gun, dude.
He
activates his little goggles.
I don't want to see it. Is it like Sin City? I feel like it's like Sin City-esque. It's like a new version of the way that was shot.
Kind of. And I will say with Sin City, they do more gray tones.
Yeah.
And I know this still looks like in the gray tones. The trailer, I will say, it was very, very dark. And I'm sure that's on purpose.
You can hear the cat purring in the microphone, by the way.
Nice.
You want to hear it louder?
Yeah, hold him up to it. He won't stop.
No, this is louder.
This is Beignet. We call him Benny. Yeah. Yeah.
Motorboat.
This is a motorboat and son of a gun right there. Yeah, Benny Beignet.
I kiss him.
Oh, Benny Beignet over there. You are right, Ty. It is coming out in color and in a black and white version.
Okay, interesting.
And it's releasing in 2026 and tells the story of the aging and down on his luck private investigator in the 1930s New York who was forced to grapple with his past life in the cities who is forced to grapple with his past life as the city's one and only superhero. The show will be available in both black and white and in color. In addition to Cage's, the cast includes Lamorne Morris, Brendan Gleeson, Abraham Popala, and more.
You know what I want to know though?
Yeah.
If you guys remember Across the Spider-Verse, he talks about drinking a glass of milk. Like they don't mention alcohol, obviously, because it's a kids' movie. I'm like, is he gonna be drinking milk in this? Or is he gonna be?
Might be.
Oh, yeah.
Or they might
He's
go.
like, give me that full, give me that
that
2%.
whiskey.
Maybe the milk. He'll be all full of Clockwork Orange and shit. Taika Waititi is making. Apparently, this is the headline that I read. Taika Waititi's Akira movie is still happening, says producer. And I was like, I didn't know this was happening at all. How could it still be happening if I didn't know it was happening to begin with?
Oh yeah, there was like, this was a while ago. This was like years ago.
Yeah,
like,
he's
everyone
talking
was
about
so,
it.
I think Michael B. Jordan was like, I want to be in it.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
I'd
well,
be-
because he's a big anime guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, he
interesting.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, he is.
After years of uncertainty,
I know
this
his
is
favorite
according
one.
to Screen Rant, by the way. After years of uncertainty, Taika Waititi's live-action adaptation of Akira is not only alive, it's gearing up for a major update. In recent interviews, longtime producer Andrew Lazar confirmed that new developments in the film will be revealed in the coming months. You can read the full article at Screen Rant. But yeah, I guess this is still happening. Who knows? It could still be Michael B. Jordan. Didn't Taika Waititi have some sort of
Canceled. Got
Did it-
canceled.
for what?
I didn't know this.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah,
Oh, he's like fully Israel supporter.
pro-Israel.
hmm
Oh.
And he's
And-
like, oh, Palestinians deserve to be
No,
blah. Yeah. And everyone was like, what do you mean? Like your island was, colonized and oppressed and genocided, and you don't support.
oh yeah, he had a Star Wars movie that apparently got recast.
He's done.
or got canceled.
Yeah. And then he just kept living his normal life, and everyone was like, wait, what do you mean? Like begging him to explain, like, what do you mean? And he just never did. And everyone's like, what? Aren't you on the side of the oppressed and not the oppressor? And he was like,
Nah,
I'm married to Rita now, baby. He's like, I'm fucking rich now. I don't care.
dang, Taika.
He's canceled as far as I'm concerned.
Well, are you gonna go see Akira?
If Michael B. Jordan's in it.
So this is an interesting discussion of A, art from the artist, but then B, a lot of people don't realize, like, I think we've talked about this before, when like Ezra Miller was terrorizing all the islands in Hawaii. People were like, we're not gonna go see the movie because
Everyone
Miller.
went and saw it. Everyone went and saw that
But
movie.
because there's literally thousands of more people involved in the making of that film
Yeah, that's
aside from
true.
Ezra Miller.
But now that movie had already been made, kind of thing.
Yeah, but they
this
recut
movie,
it. But there was like a delay in the release because Ezra Miller doing the insane things that
Crazy
Ezra Miller was
shit,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah. Like literally terrorizing people, like
Yeah.
breaking into their houses.
yeah, they like kidnapped somebody.
Yeah. So yes, but once more, like Ezra Miller, although Ezra Miller is the star of the Flash, doesn't mean that Ezra Miller was the only person involved in making the Flash.
Yeah.
And that's what's tough. Is like you're letting down a group of people, and a group of other artists and collaborators and people that are trying to make something good and are trying to. Oh, John Tracy, I'm sorry. Look, I got to keep an eye on Instagram as well because I don't. He was supposed to do the in-cow. So apparently Taika Waititi was apparently also supposed to do the in-cow. And I look, the thing is I'll tell you, for me, there's certain stances I'll make. Like I'm not down with like I fuck Woody Allen. I'm gonna say that dude's fucking terrible. I can't watch his films the same way, especially now knowing what you know about him, like the subtext in his films. But
I wouldn't. Don't say what you're gonna say.
Jojo Rabbit's one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
So
you
I'm
still
not,
watch that? I'm saying I thought you meant like I don't care about
no.
that.
But as somebody's political stances, I can separate myself from you enough to be like, I will enjoy this film. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
as long as you're not doing anything to like directly, unconsensually, like you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like
For sure.
you can have your own. I'm not gonna agree with everybody's, and that's the thing. Like I think you could go down the line and probably not agree with Taika Waititi on thousands of things.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with him on that subject at all.
Yeah.
But Taika Waititi has no control over that. And it's sure he's saying something stupid, but like you're not a decision maker in that space, so I don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah, I get it.
Right? Like
he also has a lot of influence.
I give a shit on like who maybe politicians and people in charge of friggin'
says something.
Yeah, like if you're saying like that sort of stuff, then I'm like, well, fuck you. You're part of the government. Taika Waititi's like the dude who knows how to put the right team of people together to make a good film. And when you stop putting so much stock in
what
the fuck Taika
say.
Waititi said.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, I get it in a way.
I mean, like, because clearly there's a fucking bunch of wrong celebrities that say a bunch of stupid shit. But once more, sometimes the things that you create, like we had this discussion with the George Lucas thing, it's like, is just not yours anymore. Then belongs to something completely different. It's
but if he's making a Akira movie, it quite literally is not his, and
it's 1,000% not his.
And we have the option of being like, nah, I'm not going to see that because that guy has all this influence and he supports this. I don't support that.
There's a lot of decision makers in the country, even down to like the smallest levels of people who are like management at retail stores or people who are management at restaurants or freaking mailmen and all these people that have similar perspectives and but it's not be like, I'm not going to get my mail, but I'm
not going to get my mail.
This fucking guy. Yeah, exactly. So like, why the fuck do I care what Taika Waititi
just because if we give him millions of dollars,
I care about
just make him more of a millionaire.
Look,
and he has so much influence already and he doesn't use it at all.
I need you to focus. What I care about what Taika Waititi does is what shots he chooses to put in and who he chooses as a cinematographer and what script he's choosing. And then at the end of the day, like, it sucks being a director in Hollywood these days because you really like film is such a ridiculously collaborative thing. So I read this thing actually that was like films are made 3 times, once in the screenplay or the script, once like on set being directed, and once in the editing room.
Yeah.
So there's so many hands that touch this film. Sure, if the studio is giving Taika
but the film hasn't been made yet. It's you know, when something's not made and you have the choice to not be in it because of that person is that way.
What if they cast Michael B. Jordan as Akira?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know.
Are you gonna go see the Akira movie?
I probably wouldn't like support it in a theater release, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean,
even with like, Michael B. Jordan, then they'll be like, oh, Michael B. Jordan.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. He keep being in stuff.
Well, that's how studios work, though.
Well, think about the last Scream movie, how a lot of those actresses dropped out because of all that.
Yeah.
So like that
there. And then the studio brought back Neve Campbell and Matthew Lillard and friggin' all the A-list. And then the Scream fans are going to go see Scream because.
Right. Because they were desperate.
Scream.
Yeah.
They want to see Scream. So at some point, it doesn't belong to those people, is what I'm saying. It belongs to the fans. It belongs to the people.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that this movie's not even made yet.
So there's an opportunity to say, fuck Taika Waititi.
Yeah. For the people who are going to work on it and the people who are going to be in it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So it's not like, oh, this movie's already made and this person fucked up so bad. Oh, no, but we still have to support it because, like, this is a million jobs and all this stuff. It's
it is a million jobs, and Hollywood is hurting right now, right?
It is, but you fucked up. So you haven't even started making this movie yet. So,
but
what am I supposed to do?
What I'm saying is he hasn't done.
But if
we
keep living by that, like no one can do. None of these people can be accountable for anything they do.
No, be accountable. Like I said, I'm not watching a Woody Allen movie, but Taika Waititi
is supporting a genocide.
But Taika Waititi has no control over it. That's Taika Waititi's
but he has a ton of influence, and he is like literally influencing people.
I doubt that Taika Waititi can influence anybody.
He can. Yes, he can.
Taika Waititi.
This is why people are mad about Taylor Swift not taking a stance at all, because she has influence. When she said vote, people were like, "Oh, fucking, I need to vote."
But
like they have influence.
But all the people who have influence, who got paid for certain influence, their influence didn't truly affect anything, though.
Well, one could say that. I'm just saying.
And that's what
you have a
happened, right? Didn't Taylor Swift freaking back the person who lost the election? I'm not supporting anybody, but I'm saying Taylor Swift and all these people are like, we have influence, but at the end of the day, like, what did your influence do for any of us? Nothing.
Yeah.
But there was an effort, is what
There's an
what he's
effort.
saying.
Sure, there was an effort. I agree with that, and there should be an effort.
And with it, there's no effort, and then there's just more of a.
So I'm
genocide and
wondering
violence.
that. Well, do you think that the studio is just waiting to be like, let's just wait for this Taika Waititi?
Well, I
Because
don't
that's
think the
other
studio
sad part about it
cares.
The
is-
studio's not
I don't
gonna
think the
care.
studio cares because
Clearly
if
not.
at the end of the day, Snow White was made, and you know what I mean, Gal Gadot,
Yeah.
fucking IDF soldier,
I don't think.
and everyone wants to be mad about Rachel Zegler being like, a narcissist, and talking
Yeah.
shit about Snow White, who's a fictional character.
Right.
Meanwhile, you got an actual IDF soldier being the fucking
Right.
I
main
don't think
character
any
of a
celebrities
movie.
have any influence anymore like they once did. I think everybody's made up their mind about their own thing, and usually, if a celebrity does speak out for one side versus
Right.
the other, all it does is it upsets the opposition, but then doubles down the people who support their particular perspective.
I get what you mean.
Because I don't think they actually have, like, everybody. We're living a time where everybody has just made up their mind, and at the point where somebody says something, it just turns into a line of like, these people are this guy's an
This or
asshole. This guy's So I don't think there is any real influence in that sense anymore. I think there are a handful of people that do have genuine influence, and I definitely think Taika Waititi is definitely fucking not one of them.
Well, he
For
was an
sure.
activist for a lot of his life. So it is kind of crazy that he just chose to stop being an activist. All I'm saying. But whatever. Go see the movie. Who cares?
I don't know.
If
Well, I
Michael B.
don't
Jordan
know.
is in it, I'll fucking see it when it's streaming, baby.
Yeah. Mariano in the chat says, yeah, get someone else to direct it.
Yeah, get
I
someone else to
agree.
direct
Get
it
somebody- I'm not
because
saying don't
because
get-
you're done. You're cooked. I don't care.
you can't watch Jojo Rabbit.
I can because that's something that he made a long time ago when he
Before
had
he opened his-
principles.
But you don't know. He probably clearly never had principles.
Maybe so. I don't know. I
So-
think he became like a millionaire and was like,
I mean, people have the ability to
change.
change perspectives on things after something's created.
Truly.
And
But this has been going on a long time, and celebrities are out there making a stance, and he's not one of them.
I'm gonna say
it's wherever your moral.
all celebrities.
And it's not that he's been silent about it,
No,
because
I know.
silent is different.
Yeah.
Silent is violence, but whatever. He has not been silent. He's been like actively like, no, that's not this is right, that's wrong.
Yeah.
So that's fucked up. I don't support it. I was such a big fan. You guys don't understand. Like such a
Yeah,
big
our
fan.
flag. But here, that's the other thing is like this is where it gets complicated. Have you seen there's a documentary on HBO on Showtime? And I'm gonna recommend it to everybody. It's called We Gotta Talk About Cosby. And it's fucking a hard ass watch, right? And I'm gonna fall down this rabbit hole, but We Gotta Talk About Cosby documentary talks about how awful fucking Bill Cosby was.
Yeah.
Because he had been basically roofing women for decades.
Ages.
From the moment he kind of broke into the industry.
Yeah.
And then it also talks about Bill Cosby's how he helped move the entertainment industry forward.
Yeah. But you know what's easy for me? I don't need to watch it.
I'm not saying, well, hold on. I don't need to watch Bill Cosby either way, but I will say Bill Cosby was responsible for the first ever black stunt worker in Hollywood. Before that, like, you couldn't be black in Hollywood and be a stunt worker. And they even use an example of like one of the James Bond films where it had the first black female lead. And there's like a scene where they have to do a stunt where it's like judo flipped over, and they'd use the freeze frame, and it's literally a white dude in blackface and wearing like, and you're like, that's fucking awful.
Mm.
And it's because they didn't have black stunt workers.
Yeah.
And what almost is like Bill Cosby would not do, what's the spy show he was on? They made a crappy remake movie of it with like Owen Wilson.
I Spy.
Is it I Spy?
Yeah.
Yes. So anyways, he wouldn't do the show, and he was one of the biggest, most influential stars at that time. And he's like, I'm not going to do the show unless you get me a black stunt worker, which led to the first ever black stunt worker in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And there's many more examples and things that I can't even really talk to because I'm not black. You know what I'm saying?
That they contribute to.
But what he's contributed to the entertainment industry, what he contributed to art, what he contributed to culture and in general, and people's perspective on Black America in a time where clearly there wasn't a lot of positive perspectives on Black America.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you were fucking behind the scenes. Like you were doing this thing that's pushing society forward in a real positive way. And I do think art in general does that.
Yeah.
There's like even a quote about like art makes life worth living. And which it really does. And you kind of talk about how at the same time, like how what an awful human was, and where do you do these things? Like, where do you kind of identify of like these positive things that came from this one artist versus now the awful person that they are? But at some point, some of the art does not belong to the artist anymore.
You're right.
J.K. Rowling's a perfect example. Like we don't, J.K. Rowling's clearly actively being fucking terrible and punching down on a whole group of people. But then Harry Potter at some point helped mold and give us a moral compass and guide us.
Yeah. What I'm saying about all of that, and I agree, it's like, that's really hard when people, all these people have done terrible things, but that art exists. And it's like, oh my God, where do I start or where do I end?
But you can not hire Taika Waititi.
I'm just saying that this is currently happening. The movie's not made. We could just all be like, that is not made yet. So pick a different director, do something different.
Yeah,
it's not.
There's a lot of really
it's
good
not at
director
the
options.
Point where the art doesn't belong to the artist anymore because it first of all, it's not his art. It's not his art.
All right. Okay. All right.
Well, it's literally a remake of a movie.
I'll tell you what. Who's producing this film? Andrew Lazar. I'm available. All right.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Hey, like.
Hey, and a cute.
And listen, give me Michael B. Jordan's number because he'll work. He'll work with us. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll get. Hey, if we could secure Michael, would
come to us.
Come to us.
Give me his number.
Yeah, well,
it's fine.
Maybe don't give Diddy his number.
I won't abuse it. I'm just trying to get him involved.
She's gonna Michael Cera.
Earlier in the episode, you had a story about how you just accosted Michael Cera.
I'm such a fan.
Look, at the end of the day, just watch the fucking original movie.
Yeah.
Watch
Who cares?
Akira.
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking live action of that.
Yeah, truly.
I don't give a shit.
Period.
Well, did Mariano say that Dave Chappelle mentioned that Bill Cosby apparently bought one of the audio systems? He brought one of the audio systems to MLK's speech? Like, why would you do this to us, Bill? Why would you give us all these mixed feelings? There are, for some, like, there's a handful of, I mean, like, look, what Bill Cosby did is clearly unforgivable. But it's like, I don't know.
It's just one of those things. I think it's like
such a complicated like thing to peel layers back. And look, there's even people out there that I never gave a shit about Woody Allen to begin with. And even more so like seeing his, like, what an awful fucking human he was behind the scenes and I think you can watch it on Max, HBO Max.
Yeah.
Look at that.
In college, I wrote a 10-page paper about why Woody Allen was such a piece of shit. Yeah. And this was before most of the stuff came out. And it was just like,
well, it's kind of, the worst part about it is it's never been like a secret.
No, right. Like
it's always kind of been, he had a public
but also
trial.
His art is like so fucking anti-woman.
All of his stories about him falling in love with like an underage girl.
Yeah. And also just him being like the nerdy, like neurotic guy, and then this beautiful, gorgeous woman just so out of his league, and he treats her like shit throughout the entire movie. I literally remember watching my first Woody Allen movie and being like, I don't like it. Nothing about it I like.
There's people
he has a fantasy of hating women. He hates women. So he like made all these movies about
Well, I
being
don't
nasty
think I wouldn't
asshole.
say he hates.
Oh no, he hates them,
doesn't-
brother.
I think
Oh no, he hates them. You don't understand. You don't think that because he like wants to be with them or whatever in a
Yes.
sexual way that he doesn't hate them. He hates them. He thinks they're scum. He thinks they're less intelligent. He thinks that he can possess them, own them. I wrote a 10-page paper about it. I'll let you read it sometime.
fuck Woody Allen. Yeah,
I'll let you read my paper sometime.
I will.
I wrote
read
a
it.
whole fucking dissertation on
I
it.
don't like him at all. But I will say there's a lot of people that were like film nerds that identify like that. Like for them,
Misogynist.
Woody Allen is like the film guy. Like so many people's identities are locked up with him, and I was always like, what the fuck's the deal with?
Yeah,
And then
Misogynist.
when they learn like of Woody Allen's actions,
But you learn from his movies. You watch any single one of his movies.
they're awful.
No, they're.
But
I'm not just saying they're awful in a like a filmmaking way.
No,
I'm saying
talking
that
about they're
they
awful,
towards
yes.
women, they are all 100% every single one awful.
They're terrible.
Yeah, that he is a woman hating son of a bitch. I can't stand him. Never liked his movies. Not a single one.
Yeah. But like once more, film people.
Yeah, I'm a film person.
And then
I'm a film person.
But there's people whose
I went to film school.
identities are wrapped around Woody Allen.
Yeah, misogynist.
But they maybe don't realize it, right?
Well, take a good hard look in the mirror because you're a misogynist.
There's if there's people who are women who identified Woody Allen as a visual storyteller, is what I'm telling you, Diddy. There's people that out there would talk about how he shoots his movies, not even the subject matter of his films, that will talk about the complexity of how Woody Allen shoots his movies, that would talk about like, oh, why, like, was it Manhattan? Isn't that one of his movies? That everybody's like, this is one of the most beautifully shot movies, and it's in like books, and there's been like case studies and class studies and film classes around it. I'm not saying, but clearly there's a huge subculture of people who know nothing about, and they will take art at the surface level.
Right.
You are dissecting it, right? You're dissecting
I'm not. I honestly, when I was young, I watched those movies. No, I know it's not bad. I'm saying I watched those movies, a lot of his movies when I was young, and I was like, ooh, this movie makes me
uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I will say the only movie that I watched of his that I was like, I like that movie was Midnight in Paris.
The Owen Wilson movie.
But at the same time, Owen Wilson, but at the same time, throughout the entire movie, there's a hatred of women throughout it. So even watching that, I'm like, even with how it's not about his usual subject, it's still like misogynist. Just saying. Listen, I'll bring you the paper. It's 10 pages. You want to read it?
All right, I'll read it. All right, let's move on to the next subject. Ty's giving me the wrap-up signal.
Hot.
Ty's like, stop talking about Woody Allen now. You brought it up. Where are we moving on, Ty? Last bit of news. Oh, not Taika. Oh my gosh, Taika, stop haunting us. Kristen Ritter.
Yep.
Let's keep it on a lighter.
Coming back, baby. Or she says it's almost.
Kristen Ritter, no, apparently she is.
He brought her out.
Coming back as Jessica Jones in Daredevil Born Again.
Sick.
Season 2. I'm
so down.
Let's say Ritter stars as Jessica Jones in the infamous Netflix series that aired in the mid-2000s. The series actress generated considerable acclaim and awards at the time and is considered a highlight during the Netflix era of Marvel television. Is returning to the series of Daredevil Born Again, reprising her role as Jessica Jones. You can read this according to the
such a fan.
Quoting the Hollywood Reporter, people were watching it in season 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Born Again has been a solid performer on Disney Plus, with the final season finale notching an uptick according to insiders. The show has also lifted Netflix seasons, lifted from all the next Netflix seasons, which now also stream exclusively on Disney Plus. So you can go back and watch the Jessica Jones series and why people are freaking out about it on Disney Plus. And
David Tennant's the first season too.
Jessica
Jones, yeah.
I remember the show being like really intense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Jessica
good.
Jones. So it was like very, very intense show. And I'm very excited. Like, do you think Disney? No, I guess clearly, like all the violence and everything of Daredevil was still kind of there.
Well, because I think the popularity of when the Netflix shows came out, and a lot of people, this was before Disney Plus, obviously, everyone really loved those characters, loved seeing the street level heroes, like
Luke Cage,
Iron
Danny
Fist,
Rand, Iron Fist, Daredevil.
Jessica
It was
Jones.
a Netflix show, no?
Yeah, they did the Defenders too. Like they even
So it's gonna be on Disney.
Did
Plus
you watch
now?
The Defenders?
I did.
Did you like it?
It was good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was weird because like what I hate about it, because I'm me, I'm such a big Punisher fan. When that trailer for Defenders came out, they ended it with Punisher coming out of the shadows. He was not in the Defenders at all, and I was like, wow, that was such a tease, and it pissed me off. So I didn't really like love it, but I get what they were trying to do. You know, they're trying to build the Avengers, right? They're building the Defenders,
The street level
the
Avengers.
street level Avengers.
Yeah.
So it was like Luke
The
Cage.
dial H for hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they all were finally in one show together, and you got to see those personalities mixed,
Interact. The Punisher was in it as well, was he? Or
he's in Daredevil, but like
he wasn't in the Defenders show.
no,
It was just Luke Cage, Danny Rand, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil.
yeah, it's just the four of them. Oh, and then like the side characters, like I forgot what's her name.
The
That's
night nurse, Rosario Dawson's night nurse
yeah,
character.
well, and the girl that's in that's an Iron Fist.
Deborah Ann Waller's. Oh no, what? Deborah Ann Waller's in it or no?
Deborah Ann Wallace, she's in Daredevil. I'm talking about the Asian girl that's in
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Don't remember. Iron Fist is a very unmemorable show. I just remember being like, why is like
I watched all 2 seasons.
and Danny Rand is no, I think is that Danny Rand's always been a white dude, but it was always just like, I don't know. Maybe is that people didn't like that character.
I didn't hate the show. It just wasn't my favorite. I think like the acting in that show, in my opinion, not even him, like the other supporting characters, I'm like, wow, this is really hard to watch.
You know what there wasn't enough of on that show is fucking Danny Rand's Iron Fist.
Yes.
I was like,
exactly.
we just want to see you punch something with the Iron Fist, and they would like tease it every episode, and you'd be like, stop it.
Yeah, it was like family economical drama, and I'm like, I don't care about your
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
dude. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you have daddy issues.
I
don't
think that
care.
actor has said that he wants to come back to the role and be like, I can redeem myself. And
Yes.
he kind of blamed the team around the story.
100%. And like they've teased it. Like he posted a picture with what's her name? Just the one that's in Knives Out, or the sequel to Knives Out. Jessica.
Alma. Oh wait. Who?
Oh my god, I'm gonna look it up.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think of the actor who plays Danny Rand in Iron Fist, Finn Jones. From the Iron Fist. Yeah, I didn't.
What's her name?
It was just not a well-written show.
Jessica Henwick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really pretty, really
Yeah.
talented.
It was just not a well-written show.
I never watched it.
There was some cool stuff in it. There
It
was like the
was.
drunken master fight scene.
Yes.
That was probably one of the standout moments of the show.
Well, do you remember how the season ended? It
No,
was like such a cop.
it's very
out.
unmemorable.
So like the season ends with her becoming the White Tiger. So she has the Iron Fist now, and then it's like Danny and his brother are now friends, and they go to like Asia.
And the White Tiger's also the character on the most recent show, isn't he? The Amulet?
Okay, I'm sorry, not White Tiger. What is her name? Her character's name, Colleen Wong, turns into
If they White Tigered us twice, I'm gonna be very upset right now.
Colleen.
We got
Wong.
double White Tigered by Marvel there.
I'm probably getting.
I don't remember. So I only remember Iron Fist from, like 1 or 2 scenes. It's a very unmemorable show.
Oh, I guess she doesn't have a sword. I think they just call her the other Iron Fist. But anyway,
The other
she has
Iron
a
Fist.
sword, and the sword's glowing, and then it ends with Danny Rand in another country, and then he has 2 guns that are glowing because that was another arc of the Iron Fist story arc. He has 2 guns. I know, and I was like, this is how they're ending it.
Oh,
But it was when Netflix was losing the rights because Marvel was getting big again,
you're right.
so they had
Yeah,
to
I
like
never watched it.
abruptly end all these shows.
So Disney's gonna have Jessica Jones.
She's gonna be it's weird. Like if you got I can spoil it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Daredevil Born Again Everything from the
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Have you,
Shush.
haven't- have you watched Daredevil Born Identity?
No.
Well, long
Oh.
story short, they're like, oh, the
It's good.
Netflix universe isn't connected to this universe. It's clearly fucking connected because
Right.
it's
everything's
all-
connected, right?
Well,
Now?
no, they're not. They're saying it's not connected
yeah.
to the Netflix universe. Like this was like a whole rebrand
Oh,
of
yeah, yeah,
Daredevil,
yeah.
but it's like everything you talk about in the show happened in season 3 of Daredevil.
Well, that's the beauty of comics is you can also do that. This is an
True.
alternate
But they're having
universe.
her play Jessica
Right.
Jones in this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
Got it.
why are you removing? Like, what was in any of those shows that you wouldn't want to connect to your current universe?
It's pride. They're like, we want to make our universe.
Who is our universe,
Yeah,
man?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it
Stupid.
is.
But she's such a good Jessica Jones.
She's such a good Jessica.
Great
Jones.
Jessica Jones.
And I
Oh.
feel like they know that. They're like, okay, we can't screw this up. And at the end of Daredevil, they're like, we need an army. And it's like, oh, geez, I wonder who you're going to get. Oh, yeah, all the defenders.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, bring him back.
Bring them back.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hello. Oh, wow. I've just somehow pulled up an episode of The Abdominal Stretch. Sorry, everybody. The Abdominal Stretch
Fucking
available.
plug-in.
I know.
Plug
He's
it.
like, oopsie.
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 Let's see. That was way off.
I'm so confused.
Today's haul.
All right. This is today's haul. We went to comic shops today. I had a busy day. Actually, it's crazy. I'm leaving Disney World in 2 days.
Yeah.
Next week, we're not going to be here.
2 days. Yeah, we're not
Oh,
gonna be.
wrong button.
Well, we only get one of those.
But we
Yeah.
will get an audio episode. We have some. I'm hitting us with the greatest hits.
Oh.
Since we just went to audio, I'm posting stuff that we just talk about, comic books, whatever it may be, that's still relevant. So if you are new to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, you can go listen to us on audio and listen to some of our older episodes and stuff as well, where we kind of dissect comics. And this is the portion of the show that we do exactly that. So we try to introduce you to a new #1 comic you need no prior knowledge or insight to be able to enjoy. Something that you can just walk in your local comic shop and say like, hey, I've never picked up a comic book in my life, but I heard about this thing that I need no nerdy backstory to be able to, kind of dig into.
Brackstory.
Brackstory.
Right.
Yeah, no Brackstory.
I love a Brackstory.
Yeah.
So a few things. You got a haul tie?
I
You
did.
got all the, or
Well-
did you get all the exquisite? Why don't you go first?
Oh.
Oh.
I always go first. Why don't you go first this time?
right.
What'd you get?
So
Where'd you go?
I went to comic book
How
hideout.
you doing?
I'm good.
Who's your
doing?
daddy and what does he do?
I don't think he's watching right now. My
Get to
mom,
the.
mom might be watching.
That's a kindergarten cop line.
I know.
All right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
On my end,
sick.
on my end, it looks like it's frozen. Okay, there we go.
Invincible universe.
Invincible Universe, Battle Beast, hot commodity right now. I know a lot of people are on Whatnot and on eBay and at local comic stores. My local comic store sold out. There are poly bags with mystery covers inside. I ordered mine from a comic book store that TYNION partners with called Third Eye Comics. But Comic Book Hideout had this really cool little cutout, fold out variant
Sick.
of his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. So it's like, I don't know if it's a series or like it's a one shot. I think it's a series of just like this character. This really cool character. If you guys don't watch Invincible or haven't read the books, he's a badass beast that loves war and loves the fight and wants to die in combat. Just this giant lion dude with a hammer.
And he's from the Invincible universe.
And he's from he is an
So if
invincible
you-
villain / anti-hero
Okay.
monster.
So if you've read Invincible or seen the Invincible Amazon series, I'm assuming
Yes.
you would be into this book.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then the book we're talking about today by James Tynion and Michael Walsh and Jody Belair, Exquisite Corpses, out now from Tiny Onion and Image Comics. We'll talk more about this, but I did get this. The reason why this cover is orange
Yes.
is the standard cover.
Wait, hold on. You're jumping ahead.
All right.
You're jumping ahead on Exquisite Corpses. We got to go through the other stuff.
That's all I got.
Okay, that's all you got. So you got the Invincible Beast book.
Yes.
All right. Can't be jumping ahead, Ty.
Well, I don't know. You said share.
Come on.
Did he not tell me to share?
Yes,
my
yes,
own?
yes.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did.
I
Thank
did.
you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull up some of the. So firstly, we went to another comic shop. Aside from that, I gotta also give a shout out to Los Monstros That's our book from our Lost episode. But it did come out last week from Dark Horse Comics. And the reason why it's called Los Monstruos is because it's a book from Dark Horse, $5. And the reason why it's called Los Monstruos is because it's a city like Los Angeles, where basically this is a kind of a detective noir story. If, I don't know, Halloween Town was for grownups, I guess. This is a town where like all the classic 1950s monsters live. And it's an American city that is entirely populated by those classic monsters, such as werewolves, mummies, creatures from the Black Lagoon, and a bunch of other fantastical creatures. This is by James Robinson and Jesus Moreno, colorist KG Diaz, letterer Jim Campbell. We love this book. And you'll never know our extensive discussion on it, except for the fact that we loved it. Diddy, why did you love this book? Tell the people why they should pick up Los Monstruos.
Well, it's like a film noir, like kind of like Pulp Fiction-y.
Yeah.
Monster story. And I love if you love Universal monsters, Pulp Fiction, pick it up.
It is literal
so
Pulp Fiction.
Good. It's so good.
Yes.
Yeah, literal Pulp Fiction. Not
Literal Pulp
not Tarantino
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Let's see what is the other thing. So from Dynamite, this is funny because Tommy Jeff, who is not here, did not know who this character was. And we have a group chat. And I was like, hey, what do you guys want to read this week? And in there was a Captain Planet #1. Did it come out last week or this week?
It came out last week, but I think that cover came out this week.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Is that what it is?
Or maybe it was issue 0 last week, because I did see a Captain Planet book last week.
Okay.
But I did see Captain Planet again this week, too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it's that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's last week. I will quote Pablo.
Yeah.
This fuck ass Captain
Yeah,
Planet.
look at this fuck ass Captain Planet right here. If you are not familiar with who Captain Planet is, because this was hilarious, because DJ was like, Who is Captain Planet? And okay.
Oh baby.
I'm gonna read the description first, and then I'm gonna explain who Captain Planet is. Earth, fire, wind, water, and heart. With their powers combined, they summon Earth's greatest champion, Captain Planet. But they need to learn to trust each other first. Gaia. Okay, well, this is kind of breaking down a whole basically breakdown. But Captain Planet #1 is written by David Pepose of Space Ghost. Apparently, David Pepose also did a series version of Space Ghost. Artist Eamon Casayo, colorist George Sutil, and letterer Jeff Eckleberry. Captain Planet was a kids' cartoon show that was awesome back in the 90s. But if somebody, Tommy Jeff is a slacker. But yeah, how do you not know about Captain Planet? He was an awesome character from a 90s kids animated TV show that if you played it now, people would be like, this is woke. But it's like, no, this was just the 90s, man. We just represented people accordingly. But it was a bunch of these kids from different backgrounds that had rings, and those are the 5 powers. It was earth, wind, water, fire, heart. And it was Captain Planet. He's our hero. Takes the population down to 0. Anybody? No?
Yeah, all of us know.
Yeah, I put the theme song.
Apparently
in
not
the-
Tommy Jeff didn't know.
Tommy Jeff.
And there's a
doesn't know.
famous Ty's introduction to Tommy Jeff's Captain Planet was the Don Cheadle sketch from Funny or Die.
Funny or Die.
Which,
with Brenda's song.
yeah, if you look it up, it is apparently there was another show too. Oh yeah, it's called Captain Planet and the Planeteers. That's it.
I will not lie. The Don Cheadle
is
thing
the
is
book.
how I knew.
Wow. Wait a second. Is this Mandela effect right now? The show is called Captain Planet and
I
the
honestly
Planeteers.
did not know, unless it was that Funny or Die sketch with Don Cheadle.
There's so many pop culture things that make fun of or reference Captain Planet.
There's
Like Rick and Morty
tons
just did
of
it.
Rick and
Robot
Morty.
Chicken.
Why have we gone backwards?
Community does it.
Community, yes.
Why
So,
have we gone backwards? Why is Captain Planet now considered a like? Remember in the 90s
I
when
think
we were
it
all
was
like,
a
let's
silly-
keep shit clean and not pollute. And this was like the message that we were giving to kids. And if you tried to give this to kids now, the people would be like, you can't. We need to protect
Captain
oil
Planet.
companies out here too. Yeah, what's fucking
No,
this? Look,
I just think that it became
not-
like a parody of itself.
this
and
Captain
now
Planet is a complete zaddy.
He's a
All right?
zaddy.
Don't look at this
Nerd
Captain
explain
Planet.
zaddy for us, Pablo. Please.
No, I can't. That's not a nerd splaining thing. I'm not.
I
qualified.
think you
Look,
should.
y'all know. Just look at this Captain Planet deep into his deep blue eyes, and tell me
That looks like you, McGregor.
this Captain Planet.
Oh my god, it does look like.
I don't know
McGregor.
about. Well, you know what? I was gonna say this Captain Planet fucks. Captain Planet in the '90s. I don't know.
You,
if you-
McGregor.
but Captain Planet
Fucks.
in the '90s also looks like he fucks. So Captain Planet's been fucking.
You, McGregor looks like he fucks now.
Yeah. Well,
wait, hold on. Let's rewind. Did you just say Captain Planet back in the day looks like he fucks?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, because that guy
That
looks
was
like
how
a
Pablo's hearing me out.
nerd.
Clearly, Captain Planet's been fucking for 3 decades at least.
You know he's not fucking.
Pablo.
You
Hold
know he's
on.
not fucking the planet.
I can't. He's right.
Hey,
Guys, I wish I can show. If you just go to Captain Planet and the Planeteers on the IMDb page, did you
he
see what I'm
looks like
watching?
a Chris, like a famous Chris.
But there's
back in
like,
the
hold on. What's this?
And now he looks like you, McGregor.
Time
They know
out.
what they're doing.
There's there's a. Look at this trailer.
Oh
for
yeah.
Captain, but there's also
The audience can't see what it is.
the audience can't see what it is, but I implore you,
Mega Mac Daddy.
I implore you to go to Captain Planet and the Planeteers on IMDb and watch
Look
the
at him. He's
trailer.
like, hello.
But this is like a Dracula Captain Planet. Hold on.
Wait, one more time, did he?
hello.
But
He's bursting through those
look at this
sheets.
Captain Planet with Captain Planet
Yeah,
drag icon. What's with the Captain
Drag
Planet
icon.
in the stripes playing the harmonica in prison? Captain Planet's fucking done it all, y'all.
He's done it all.
He's out of life.
He's holy shit! This trailer, I didn't even realize Captain Planet got into this many adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Look,
you want to call
Oh,
it.
there's a person
okay.
smoking a cigarette, and it says "yuck."
Recycled.
Yeah.
This is sick. I never watched this at all.
You know,
Actually, this seems familiar in a way, but I
It's
honestly,
like the Hanna-Barbera era, right?
yeah,
look,
yes,
Captain Planet. People would fucking like clearly like the whole like the right wing would be like.
why that guy had a pot.
It'd be like,
belly.
why are y'all putting this show on TV? But it's like in the '90s, we just all said like, hey guys, why don't we just
Let's save the place.
let's like take care of the planet,
let's be
like
good
save
fucking
Love each
water,
other. Love each other.
and like each other, and all come together.
And then everyone was like, gay.
Yeah. 5 teenagers work together to encourage environmentally responsible behavior and can summon a superhero to deal with ecological disasters.
Gay.
Is the premise of the show. And Ty and I were talking about because he's like, one of the kids is of an ambiguous ethnicity, and he's either Hispanic or Indian. Because he was like, well, he has like a headband. I'm like, well, it could be an Aztec headband, or they're trying to make him, which is still the Aztecs, I guess, are indigenous American tribe. What are their ethnicities? There's look,
What we talked about the
Captain
Magic School
Planet,
Bus.
look, Captain Planet even was representing redheaded kids. Okay,
Oh.
that's what they were across the spectrum.
I'm gonna read you what Google AI is.
Even
Diverse.
redheaded kids were on Captain Planet.
So,
Diverse.
Kawami is the African American planeteer who wields the power of Earth. Wheeler, the North American planeteer who
Is he
controls the
African
power of
American or
fire.
is he just like actually like?
That's what it tells me.
Okay, all right. Because he had an accent too.
Linka was Russian. Later, Eastern European, they in quotes, planeteer who commands
In
the power
quotes?
of wind. G,
That means gypsy.
Yeah, Irish traveler,
Irish
a
traveler.
traveling pope.
G, the
Like my
Asian
folk.
planeteer who harnesses the power of water, and then Mati, the Brazilian planeteer
Oh, see, I
who
told you.
possesses the power of
So
heart.
there were Incals.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, the funny story or funny history lesson. The Incals, they just got fucking the Mayans and the Aztec fucking killed the shit out of those poor people.
Yeah, they
Mm.
So they were like they're the
Well-
most oppressed of those American tribes.
well, I'll tell you whatever this comic is, they colored the kids as that character's red. Yikes.
That's you mean the cartoon show or in the comic book?
This comic from whatever year this is. I'm just looking up Google.
Oh, look.
But the Asian's not yellow.
Big up.
Because not
But
all Asians are yellow, Ty.
Well, yeah, but they chose the very
Red.
prominent red in this comic.
Oh, that's
you see, you
what's
can
a
see it
funny
from here.
story?
oh, that's
That's
is
bad.
That is exactly how I tan.
Yeah, it's called sunburn.
No, yeah, I guess so.
like a dark
That is
red
but
sunburn.
my sister used to make so like it's so funny because me and my siblings look
This
like
is the cartoon.
a litter of kittens.
See, that's appropriate.
That's appropriate,
Yeah.
not the comic that I just looked at.
Oh, maybe it's
What'd
bad
you say? Your
printing.
sisters
We look like a litter of kittens. Like
Oh,
we're like
all little
yeah,
different.
like my older sisters, yeah, like more dark complexion, and you'd be like, you're clearly very Hispanic. And then
Yeah.
I have a much lighter complexion, so does Nini. And then you look at my other sister, Claudia,
Yeah.
and we all have like a different, we all clearly have Hispanic traits, but like different, very different
Yeah.
Hispanic traits.
That's like my sister and I growing up, and I'd always be
you
like,
absolutely.
yeah, because she's like fair skinned, like
Y'all are
green,
like literally
like
yin,
blue
yin
eyes.
and yang.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'd always be like, I'm more Native American than you. And she was like, no, you're not. We're the same amount, dumbass. And I'd be like, I'm more than you when I was little, like growing up. So I'm like, you're white.
you white.
You're white.
You got all those colonizing genes.
Yeah. Hey,
Anyways, Captain Planet the Planeteers from Dynamite Comics, now available at your local comic shop. If you were a fan of the 90s TV show and you want to kind of revisit it, there's a new fuck-ass Captain Planet on
Wait, dude,
in comic shops. What?
What is it?
Oh, you gonna touch yourself to it? What's going on?
I'm like a cancer.
All right. It's okay. I'm not here to kink
No.
shame. What's going on
what
here?
No, my
did
belt-
what
my
was
belt-
just said?
There was things
What?
happening.
My belt
There was
What?
motions as you reached for the
What did
comic
Pablo
that
just say? No,
confused me.
I don't
I
know what Pablo's doing with this book later,
Said
but I'm not
touch
doing
your-
it.
You know what
Yourself
I'm
to
doing
it.
with that book later.
he said, touch yourself. To it.
Spicing things up in my
Not the variant cover.
Not the very.
yeah, is it there
I'm
any
gonna hand this to
shirtless
Diddy.
Captain Planets?
Go ahead, Pablo. What else?
You're
you
into
got?
this Captain Planet, Diddy.
He's into
Don't
you.
play.
Don Cheadle. No, I'm just telling you, I never watched that cartoon or read the.
You
comic.
never watched the cartoon?
No, I only know. I honestly,
You didn't miss much.
I
alright.
only knew it from Don Cheadle's
No.
Funny or Die sketch.
Get
I'm
out.
not even kidding. I said that
She
already.
did say that on the live.
There is a new money shot from. Is this? I'm not sure. Oh, I guess. Is this a reprint of Money Shot? Patton Oswalt's real life funny person joins OG writer Tim Seeley. This was in the new stack of one of the comic shops that I went to today. And an all new Garth Graham and Sexy New Arc of Vault's vintage variant covers. Okay, oh, this is an homage to Sex Criminal. Let me find Money Shot number 1. Oh, yeah, this is called Money Shot The Big Bang.
Oh.
Patton Oswalt, real life
Oh.
funny person, joins OG writer Tim Seeley, and an all new Garth Graham and Sexy Arc that ships in May. Vault cannot guarantee cover grade. They give me no information on this book. But this is a new comic book out there from, I didn't read it, but it does look sexy. And it is from comedian Patton Oswalt and a famed comic writer Tim Seeley, as well as it only gives me, wow, Vault, get your website together here. How am I supposed to pull information and plug your comic if you're not giving? Oh, here we go. Full synopsis. You ever see the second Ewok movie? The one where they suddenly kill off all the characters from the first movie. And then you were like, Mommy, why? Oh God, why? Well, this new Money Shot arc is like that with a lot less body hair.
What?
Somewhat more sexy and the same amount of people yelling mommy in this triple X explores in the triple XXX, like XX explores the return journey just in time to witness the rise of the anti-sex death cult. Now in a race against time, and the relay team includes alien strippers. Look, this looks bananas. You just heard the words that came out of my mouth. I was reading that in real time. Alien strippers, Ewok movies where characters die off and people yell mommy. And look, Tim Seeley, Patton Oswalt, if you're into this, this book is out now at your local comic shop from Vault Comics. Let's see. We talked about Cowboy with Many Hats?
Yes.
Our fine friends at Critical Entertainment. Did we say that? No, we didn't. Did we talk about this?
Last episode. No. Oh, last episode.
No. Okay. So Critical Entertainment was nice enough to send us previews of these.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But now the previews that we had are hitting your local comic shop. The Cowboy with Many Hats is written by Christopher Rita and is illustrated by, and I wish I knew how to pronounce Todd's last name probably. Why do you say that, Ty?
What?
Gulsha?
I can't see.
Todd Gulsha?
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes.
Galusha?
Galusha?
When the sheriff of an old western town is framed for murder by the state marshal, he must realize that all things pass before he loses hope to move on. A lot of talented folks over at Critical Entertainment. We got this version. I think we got like a ashcan version of this book
Yeah, a little
originally.
preview.
And they are all really, really beautifully drawn, really well written. The First Americans dropped, I think, like
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, about a
Yeah.
month, almost a month
ago.
right? Which is also a great book for Critical Entertainment, smaller press publisher. You could probably find them at a lot of the Southern California conventions. Cowboy with Many Hats is amazing. $4, issue 1 at your local comic shop right now. And check out their other books. Check out Critical Entertainment's website.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's criticalentertainmentla.com. And they have a lot of really awesome titles. Specifically, my two favorite are Space Dragon and Life is an Open Door.
Quarrel.
Oh, and Quarrel.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Quarrel.
Sorry, allergies.
How dare you have allergies? Dark Regards from Oni Press also dropped this week. Let's see. I thought I had this pulled up. Sorry, everybody. Dark Regards issue 1 dropped at your local comic shop this week. This book costs, I want to say it's $4.99. And I want to double check here. Let's see. Sorry. The true story of the viral hoax so insane it could only be told as a comic book from the mind of hyphenated writer and comedian and musician Dave Hill, of Tasteful Nudes, and the breakout artists are. What does that say? Artyom Toplin, Dave Hill, and Artyom Toplin.
I can't see that far away.
Come on.
I know you showed up the book. And I was like, I can't see.
Artyom. I don't know. I can't see.
Look,
that far
this is
away.
based on a true story, apparently, here of a few metalhead kids, and I wish I watched the original Witch Tainted Emails. Look, I don't know. Dark Regards available at your local comic shop. I haven't read it yet. This is something that I picked up. It is a number 1 available at your local comic shop right now. And let's see what else we got. This was a good one. We did an episode. We should probably drop it on audio. Day of the Dead Girl.
Nice.
From Amy Garcia and AJ Mendez and Belin Culebras. We did a whole episode on issue 1 of this book. Also, ridiculously kind humans. Amy Garcia and AJ Mendez are with all of their fans. But Day of the Dead Girl now has been compiled at your local comic shop in a trade paperback. This is issues 1 through 5. It's $20. It is a completed story. I want to say Magma Comics with an X. It has the book on their website as like a deluxe edition as well.
Okay.
Let's see. So I'm going to pull it up here. Issue 1 does exist on Magma's website. Day of the Dead Girl is available. It's basically about Sam, who has moved back to her hometown, who is like all science, and then her mom is all brujerismo, who butts heads with her spiritual mother, and she kind of goes on this super crazy scientific supernatural story that helps her solve a mystery of a killer in her hometown. as if sharing a bathroom with her mom wasn't hard enough. That's the tagline on that one.
Honestly.
Golden Rage. This is Battle Royale meets Golden Girls. Issue 2 dropped. We kind of talked about this.
Yeah.
Right? There's another volume of this as well.
Yeah.
But
this is the second.
Yes, issue 2. You could probably track down issue 1 from Chrissy Williams, Lauren Knight, Sophie Dodgson, Shane Hannah Coy, and then Becca Carey. Comes Golden Rage. Exactly what it sounds like. Golden Girls meets Battle Royale. Old women have been deemed useless to society and are abandoned on an island where they must fight to the death and make friends and desert. The mainland plans to liquidate their island, but everyone is confused because a baby just showed up. A baby? Abandoned? By whom? And why? What is happening? Where am I again? Welcome to Golden Rage.
Where am I again?
Yeah.
It's insane.
This is a hilariously fun, awesome book from Image Comics. Issue 2 dropped. Definitely check out issue 1 at your local comic shop.
Nice.
Okay, you taking cat pictures over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got her on camera.
He's being really cute. and funny.
Before we get to the book that we're going to talk about, Exquisite
Look what he's
Corpses,
doing.
I did back. He's hilarious, that guy.
Look at
Danny
him.
Bignett.
I hogtied him.
He done got hogtied.
You don't get hogtied.
So this is Skull Masquerade, and it's so funny because I actually know Justin and Carla, and I'm like, this is very embarrassing, but I don't know. And clearly, like, one of the things on this show is that I butcher people's last names because I'm reading things on, I don't know, like as I kind of get them, and I don't know how to pronounce people's last names. But this is Skull Masquerade that's now been collected into 5 issues from husband and wife duo Justin Tuach and Carla Wyzgala, right? I know I had to pronounce. I'm like, how do you pronounce it? And Carla like responded back from Justin's phone. I texted him. She goes, Wyzgala. So I like these people. They're incredibly awesome humans. I'm going to say that off the bat. Justin actually did this tattoo right here on my arm. I'm going to plug him. He owns a tattoo parlor in Long Beach,
Nice.
beautiful Long Beach, California. And they had a Kickstarter campaign. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to support this Kickstarter campaign. I'm going to drop it in the comments, probably in the show notes if you're listening to this on audio right now. They do still have like a backer option here through, see, how do I do this? There we go. For Skull Masquerade issue 5, you can pre-order it. Also, they did mention that you can also pick up a copy of Skull Masquerade. Revenge of in LA has a event on the 24th from 12 to 6. Revenge of, if you've never been to Revenge of, it's one of LA's premier comic shops. It is a pinball and comic book shop, and they have something called Welcome to Lake Lotzilla. So they have Lotzilla at Revenge of on the 24th of May. So if you like Skull Masquerade, you can pick up a copy of it. Look, I've seen Carla's artwork. It's stunning. She's a fantastic artist. I like Justin as human. I've talked to him enough to be like, you're hilarious. If you're writing something, I'm probably reading it. And I like opened the first issue of this book. I got Ty to kind of unbag it. And this comic book is stunning.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
It is.
Can't wait to read it.
It is so beautiful.
Thank you for getting that for me.
Yeah. It is. I got issues 1 through 5. Like I backed to get like the first 5 issues, and they sent me a sticker, an exclusive print, and the book's actually signed by both of them.
Nice.
I'm not just saying this is like one of the most beautiful comics I think I've ever seen. It's so beautifully like painted, drawn, put together here, and I was like instantly taken aback by it. I want to say you can still get like issues 1 through 5 signed, and I actually I opted in for, I guess, one of the tiers where I was like, oh, I get this like variant cover of issue 5.
Yeah.
So I'm sure at some point this is going to be collected in a trade, but I love having single issues. And not even just that, like whoever they got to print this book,
Yeah, it's nice.
like it even,
Mhm.
you don't hear that? Like, look, this is me rubbing my face against it right now.
Yeah, I usually don't like that.
Yeah. This is not, feel this book, Diddy.
I don't
Touch it.
Not
I've
after-
already touched it,
Touch the book.
but I don't. No, yeah, I know.
Don't
usually
tell me
don't
that's
like-
not a very satisfying touch.
His
No,
face
you
was
know
on
what
that.
it's like? Touching microfiber.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It has a. Actually, it's very interesting.
It's a nice. I don't know. I like
It has like a.
Buy this book on the fact that you could touch
Don't
it
ask somebody
alone.
with like ADHD and autism to like feel this book because I am like tripping out. It feels like velvet, but
It
also
is, it
cardboard.
feels velvety.
But it feels also like cardboard. Freaks me out. But the innards, that's where you got to get to.
Skull Masquerade is the tale of Dahlia Nix, the lady of the black cat skull. With a delicate balance of beauty and grit, Dahlia awakens in a mysterious new world accompanied by ghostly spirits, animals, and magical ladies. Using influences from the Victorian era and mythological tales of beast and warrior women, Skull Masquerade is a timeless fantasy, and it really is a timeless fantasy, where these ladies are free to kick ass and save the universe. That's the synopsis there on Goodreads. You can clearly see that it's got a lot of positive reviews as well.
It's goth as fuck.
It's goth as fuck.
It's so good. It looks so good.
That's the perfect description.
Mhm.
Like if
Even
you're,
the cover.
yeah,
It's like a matte. Tripping out about the cover.
yo, if you also consider yourself to be goth as fuck, this is like a must own. It's fantastic. I put the Kickstarter here so you can get issues 5, and I think issues 1 through 5 as well on their Kickstarter, as well as just go to Revenge of if you want on the 24th
oh yeah.
and pick up some copies of their comics
Hey, and that sticker set.
and that sticker set. All right. That's the haul. We should now get to the main comic that we were focusing on that we read this week is Exquisite Corpses from TYNION Studios and Image Comics. Diddy's got the main cover. Let's see it, Diddy. That's cover A. This is the poly bag cover. I also have an ash can version of it, which is like what, the first 5 pages or
5 or
something?
6 pages. Yeah.
What do you have, Ty? Now it's time to pull out the variants. Now is your time, Ty.
Now.
Now is your time. Now what do you have?
So this is the polybagged uncovered. So I opened it. It does come with a trading card, which will later be part of the card game. So I'm assuming there's going to be a card for each of the killers.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
card?
Pablo, let's unbox it.
Unbag
it.
I'm opening this.
Oh,
You have a card too?
He's unbagging it.
So this is a poly bag cover. And
they're like $1 more.
yeah, we're gonna open it. They're $1 more.
Yeah.
So we're opening it. Ty opened this earlier, and we have
We have a
video evidence of him dropping the card accidentally.
What's the card?
Well, we're gonna find out. Oh, hey, patience.
I.
All right.
Don't drop the card.
I'm
You
not
almost
gonna-
did. I just saw it.
I'm not gonna do it. No, this is the front.
You just
Oh,
dropped it.
son of
Just
a gun.
did it.
That just happens then.
Yeah,
I'm set up
Oh.
to fail.
you were. I was like, don't drop it. And you just.
That's kind of dramatic.
I didn't get it on camera, so I'm kind of pissed.
I like what Ty
I was watching.
said the cuts were going to be on point tonight.
Listen,
Pick it up,
I was
pick it-
watching you.
Pick it up.
I have it. It fell on my lap.
No, I want.
You want to see what it is? Should have thrown that print like that.
Yeah, what the hell?
So we'll get to it at the end. We'll reveal. Is this your card? Okay, Exquisite Corpses, issue 1 from James Tynion. $4.99 cover A, which is the cover that Diddy has. $5.99 for the poly bag that comes with the card. The card is also at the end of the book if you want to cut into your comic book,
Right.
right?
But why would you do that?
Why would
When
you do
can
that?
Get a card.
If you're a true collector, why would you do that? Every 5 years on Halloween, the wealthiest family in America play a game. 12 of the deadliest people in the world are dropped into a small town with just one goal. Last killer standing wins. For the citizens of Oak Valley, Maine, this year's Unlucky Arena, the goal is much simpler. They must survive the night. Experience a comic event like no other. The minds of James Tynion and Michael Walsh. James Tynion, famously of Something's Killing the Children, A Nice House by the Lake. What's the conspiracy theory one?
Oh, you're thinking of Department of Truth.
Department of Truth, The Woods.
Let this one be a devil.
Let this one be the devil. And Michael Walsh. What else does Michael Walsh work? All the ado for James Tynion. I'm not trying to pass over Michael Walsh like this.
Yeah, really. Okay, while you look that up,
Mhm.
really quickly, there's the other cover I did get. What's kind of cool about these covers too, James Tynion often partners with other artists he's worked in the past. So, two very famous Something Killing Children covers were by Jenny Frison and Jay Lee. I did get the Jenny Frison cover of the Fox Mask Killer.
Ooh.
So this is the Jenny Frison cover. I did not get the Jay Lee cover. The Jay Lee cover, I believe, was an incentive variant, and the other open order cover was the blank sketch and the variant. I think it's the Michael C. Walsh variant. I forgot. I need to look that back up. Of the lone gunman.
All right. Yeah. Oh, well,
I didn't. What, the cover?
Okay, of the cover.
The
Okay.
cover.
Stop looking at the card, did you? Right, we're gonna reveal it at the end of the.
I'm gonna
episode.
get that card.
So there's going to be like a role playing game. So collect all the cards. You can have a full set.
Yeah,
they're also going to make a set that's different from the cards that we're getting. Right now.
I want
See,
that.
Michael Walsh
Look at
apparently
that card.
also he did some Green Lantern.
Oh,
Let's see. Oh, man. he's an artist, but no, all I'm finding kind of like he's such a good artist that I can't find all of his how to talk about. He's done some Ghost Rider. He's done some Hellboy. It looks like some Nightwing as well. He's a pretty famous cover artist. Oh, he did Null Hunter.
oh,
Also did the Frankenstein
Frankenstein
book from
cover.
Image Comics, which was fantastic. I guess he did some of the covers, I guess, for those Frankenstein books. And now Exquisite Corpses.
which I just found out posted 7 hours ago from Read TYNION. It is being rushed to second printing because it is immediately sold out on day of launch.
Yeah.
Coming back with the wraparound cover.
Comic Book Hideout, Comic Hero University, Comics, Tunes, and Toys.
Yeah.
Are the spots that we hit up in Orange County. Revenge of, Golden Apple Comics. What dang it. Or what's Timmy's shop? Is it in? So that's Revenge of and Golden Apple Comics in LA.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
In Newbury Park.
Oh,
And in their
Third Eye Comics.
Third Eye Comics.
So both Third Eye and Revenge of are actually getting their own exclusive variant cover. And this Friday, if you guys are in the LA area, Revenge of is having a Exquisite Corpses party.
Arsenal Comics. Sorry.
Arsenal Comics
In the Valley.
But James Tynion is going to be in LA this Friday doing a signing event for Exquisite Corpses at Revenge of.
What day is that?
Friday the 16th.
Okay, right on.
2 days.
Revenge's got a lot of dope events.
Yeah.
It's a
They're-
dope shop. Yeah, this is a beautiful book. And the card that we got in the book, Diddy, is also the card in the last page of the book. It's the Lone Gunman. I would say if you like stuff like Battle Royale, yeah, I said The Purge. This is kind of like an oligarchical sort of breakdown on America. Yeah, where it's like each of the original 13 colonies of the wealthiest 13 families choose an assassin or a champion killer and basically set the arena, in this case, in a small town in Maine. Is that what it said?
Mhm.
And they all have to battle to the death to see who controls or who rules
Which
the country.
family?
Which family like rules the country, who is like the top of the
Yeah.
oligarchical chain.
Yeah.
And there's what else did we kind of talk about? It's Tarantino-esque, I would say, too, in the way that it presents things.
Or
You like Kill Bill, maybe?
or like a little Robert Rodriguez, maybe
A little Robert Rodriguez
with
kind
like
of style.
a Tarantino flair.
Yeah.
Ba-bum. Hugo Stiglitz.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
A lot of
like
character
title cards.
Yeah. It's fun as hell.
It's fun as hell.
This is a great book.
I was saying that it's like The Hunt, which is a film.
Yeah.
You guys should watch it.
Tell us, Diddy, why should people watch this? Why should people read this comic? This is their first comic.
Well, um. Wow. Yeah. No, because I'm pissed.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's just it plays out so amazing. Like the storytelling in it is so good. Keeps you interested the whole time. Like it's like has this story going on, and then in the meantime you're getting 1,000 different stories at once, but it like keeps you interested and it keeps you like knowing what's going on. I don't know. Very cool. Oh my god. With my ADHD, I find I can't continue. This is offensive on all levels.
You brought these.
I did.
Yeah, good job. This is good.
Hey Diddy, tell me about the comic book. I'm like, yes. You don't understand.
No, it's dope.
Anyways, there's a lot of exposition in it, but they keep it very interesting, you know? And I think if you have ever seen the film The Hunt or even The Purge in a way, because all these like very rich families are recruiting one person to like do the killing for them.
Okay.
And then all
2020 film.
Yeah.
The Hunt. Who director? Craig Zobel?
Yeah, he did like
David Lindelof wrote this movie?
Yeah.
Co-wrote it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You guys should watch it.
All right.
It's very good. Basically, it is like these wealthy people pick all these like podunk people to like compete in this like battle royale sort of thing. But then it gets turned on its head.
Hilary Swank's in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
She plays like the main guy. But in this, it's funny because they pick all these like podunk like Republican people, and the people who are orchestrating it are like these elite liberal people who like eat babies and stuff like that.
Propaganda is what you're saying.
And they're like, yeah, it's very funny. Glenn Howerton's in it. And I forget that girl's name from Glow. Something. Anyway, Tommy Jeff. It's kind of like that though, or in a way, because they pick a card from each city. It's kind of like the hide and seek game.
It's colony kind of thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Is that hide and seek? Yeah.
Hide and seek in a way. Hide and seek.
Yeah. If you like, is that? Oh, I don't know. With is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's like that girl that looks like Margot Robbie.
No, hide and seek is a Robert De Niro movie from
What is it
2005.
called?
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Yeah.
And it's like every year. I mean, every wedding they play a game.
Yeah.
Every wedding they play a game.
She does look like Margot Robbie, that girl.
Yeah, she does. It's known.
That's a bummer for her.
Samara or
Weaving.
something.
Samara Weaving.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Anyway, it's just like battle royale kind of thing, but in this we're just introduced to the like rich families behind it and the people who are going to be out there killing, and then that's where the Robert Rodriguez and the Quentin Tarantino stuff comes into it.
It does feel like
it's
that.
Very cool. I'm into it. Also, the art's amazing, and I love the lettering.
Jordi Belair's colors,
pacing.
by the way.
Mhm.
We also just read Assorted Crisis Events, and she recently did the color for that book as well.
Coloring's
guys, you know,
incredible. Oh,
what?
Welcome to my world.
Bad.
Well, good. I have like a 10-minute.
Why
I have a 10-minute
would
exposition.
you like to read this book?
Let it play. Run it on.
Why do you want
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
So, Diddy, I guess what we learned is we can also run off camera.
I guess. Are you serious? I texted group chat like an hour ago. I have to be so bad.
Oh, look
Did
at
I?
that. He's not there. Wow.
Wow.
I'm just cutting this camera.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyways,
wow,
I think.
Wow. I don't know where the fuck's the camera.
You listen. You should watch that movie that I said.
Okay.
Those two movies. You saw Ready or Not?
I saw part of it. I will watch it. I know because they're making another one. They're making Ready or Not Part 2.
Are they
They
really?
really are. That's why I was like, damn.
I think this one's more like The Hunt, just because it has more to do with like politics, and this one seriously does.
right.
Because it's all these like the most elite, the richest families in the country.
Well, you know, it's funny. I have a great comparison for this comic,
Ooh,
but he's
give it to
not
me.
here because
I wanna get it.
He'd be like, "Oh shit, you're right." Oh wait, don't worry.
Would I get it?
Did you read Deadly Class?
Yes,
Okay.
but not all of it. So
Same, but like like even like rereading the description of Deadly Class. For those that don't know, I'm gonna nerdsplain this. I'm gonna read it from Images because by Rick Remender as well. It's 1987. Marcus Lopez hates high school. His grades suck. He has no money. The jocks are hassling his friends. He can't focus in class thanks to his mind constantly drifting to the studying girl in the front row in the dag nasty show he has tickets to. But the docs are the children of St. Joseph Stalin's top assassin. The teachers are members of Ancient League of Assassins. The class he's following. Blah, 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 his crush. Blah, blah, blah. So what I was saying, Pablo, since you're welcome back. Welcome back.
Hold on.
Did you feel the air really good? I gotta tell you, I had to pee so bad I ran through my screen door on accident.
I've done that.
I think we've all done that. It's
I've
okay.
done that.
Roger Rabbited straight through that motherfucker.
There's an imprint of Pablo.
There's an outline of me right through my screen door.
Listen.
Listen.
Just for that, I'm keeping this. And also,
We had a great conversation while you were gone.
yeah, we did.
We
About
did.
the
We
book?
talked
Why
about
would you,
it.
why,
We-
why
Mad
you read
shit.
it?
Well, anyway, that's our show, folks. Have a good night.
Yeah,
Have
thanks
a good night.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Nerdcast. Where can we find you, Pablo?
Yeah,
You find me right here at the Nerdcast.
I
No,
said-
he's saying that.
I
Go
said-
on. I don't want to.
It's fine. So I was telling Diddy what I love this book. It's already on my poll. I know that's what you're gonna ask me.
For sure.
I already have like on my poll very specifically. Like I want the polybag variants. 'Cause I want all the cards.
Because now you're pissing me off.
I want the cover A's and
So I bought all the variants for this.
I did not.
You have a lot of variants.
Yeah, you-
Not all
I
of them.
literally have 3.
But given
I
the
want
option,
all-
would you have bought all the variants for it?
No, because I saw one of the variants and I put it. I didn't decide to grab it.
If you had unlimited budget.
Yes.
then-
yeah, sure. Pablo Funny was an option. Yeah, I'd be buying fucking everything.
I'm gonna get every single one with these cards. I'm
Do
telling
it.
you what.
Do it.
and then they're going to release a card set.
From
Well,
my-
I
yeah,
want
from my
the ones from the
understanding.
comics.
Well, anyway, I think you'll appreciate this, Pablo. What this book reminds me of, in a somewhat similar way, is Deadly Class.
Yeah.
Rich families,
absolutely.
yeah, rich families sending people to die. Yeah, and
Assassins,
for
psychopaths.
from like. And for those that I was kind of nerd explaining what Deadly Class was.
Oh
by
my
Rick
gosh.
Remender, yeah. TV show wasn't that great, but the book's great.
Here's the thing. I love the TV show.
I didn't watch all of it, so I will give it another chance. But
I love the TV show, and I just think it was just a bad time for that show to come out,
I can agree with that.
right? Because it's like the subject matter was like kids killing
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Like people are already tired of Hunger Games.
But I mean, like also like the real life situations that
Right.
were happening as well. It's just not timing,
wasn't
not
timing.
good on that.
But
The comic is amazing. It's probably one of my favorite comics.
yeah, so that's what this reminds me of. Like you guys said, the artwork, it just
I love that.
pops. The coloring pop. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you were here, I'm just kidding.
Look, you know, I've never.
You guys
left-
don't know because The Hunt is a very good.
I believe it.
I
dude.
believe
I'm
it.
gonna
Is
watch
a lot
that.
like
I might
that.
watch that shit tonight.
All right, bet.
I'm on.
All right, bet. While you're packing for your trip.
I'm gonna down. Okay, I may not watch it
I'm
tonight,
not gonna watch it tonight.
but I will download it and probably watch it on the travel while
There you
traveling.
go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Except you're sitting next to your kids.
there's
Shouldn't do
that, and then somebody just I forgot the movie existed. I needed to rewatch it. Was the Quick and the Dead
Oh,
with Leonardo DiCaprio and Russell Crowe? Is it Charlize Theron? No, you don't know this movie?
No.
Y'all.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna watch The Hunt too, though.
Okay.
Dude, you don't know The Quick and the Dead?
show me that. No, I
Sharon
never-
Stone. Sharon Stone plays like an outlaw cowboy who's like running from her past, and it's about quick
Sharon
draw.
Stone.
Yes,
I've never seen it.
and she's a badass quick draw from the '90s. She's a badass quick draw cowboy, and I learned the backstory to The Quick and the Dead. Sorry, and I'm also eating now pretzels. is Sharon Stone gave up some of her salary at the time for Russell Crowe and Leonardo DiCaprio because they were such unknown actors that the studio didn't have faith in them to play those roles.
Keith David's in it.
And Gene Hackman's in it.
Gene Hackman.
It's a fantastic movie, and I found out Sharon Stone believes so much in that cast.
Wow.
The studio was like, if you want to cast them, it's got to come out of your salary. And she was like, fucking give me the contract, motherfuckers.
Wow.
And it is a great fucking Western. Sorry.
Okay.
So that and The Hunt,
The Hunt.
are now my true travel movies.
Okay.
The Queen of the Dead, I saw it. It's great. I just haven't seen it in a long time. And I think I've seen The Hunt. I just forgot kind of. But I remember, I think, liking it. So.
Glenn Howerton's in it.
Is Gene Hackman in it?
No.
Okay.
Gene
Sorry, go
Hackman
ahead,
couldn't
Ty.
have been in everything. He was in a lot of stuff. He was a busy
He
guy.
could have been in everything. You're pulling it.
Oh, it's already been in my pull list. Like this was actually funny enough. This was actually
Done.
the first book I added in my pull list, and I was so excited going to my local comic shop. I'm like, I'm here for my first pull list
Oh.
grab. Yeah,
At Comic Book
at
Hideout.
comic book. I've had pull lists before, but
I
like
should
at this store,
Cancel your pull list
you probably should.
at other places.
Yeah,
Wow.
just because it's hard for me to get over there.
Well, you live in Fullerton.
Yeah, I live in Fullerton. It's right down the street. And then I didn't want to I don't know if I want to say this on the air, but
No, say it now.
Give it up.
Air it out, brother.
so Pablo usually instills the trust in me to look up the different variants. And I was making a reel for us. I was like, oh, here's cover A.
Mhm.
Here's the cover E, the Jenny Prison. Here's the poly bag, what it looks like on the inside. And I'm like, and I have this random foil variant that was sitting in the back of it was because, like, for those that don't know, there are usually the incentive variants are on the back wall or somewhere where the public can't just willy-nilly grab it.
Mhm.
So I saw the incentive variants. I saw the one at 25, I saw the one at 50, one of 75, 100, whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, those are cool. I don't need those. Those look cool. I just don't have the money for that. I'm just gonna grab.
How much were those?
I didn't see the pricing. I could probably look on eBay right now and see what they're going for, but I honestly couldn't see them with my.
This is a great shop, by the way.
It's a great shop.
Yeah, great house.
And
Great
they're,
people.
and they're great people, and the incentive variants aren't like stupid expensive. Like they're generally usually very affordable. It just wasn't my budget today. I was looking through the different variants, and they had plenty of poly bags. They had a small amount of Jenny Frisons. They had a lot of cover A's. And then the other variant I didn't grab, it's the lone gunman, and he's like with a machine gun or with a Gatling gun. And I saw that variant, and behind that there was a foil variant, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I like shiny things. I'm like a crow.
Shiny.
I'm like, oh, cool.
You're-
It just looks like cover A, but it's shiny.
I want this shiny comic book.
Yeah. And there was only one left. So my initial thought was like, oh, okay, they're just sold out. Like this was the last one available. That's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not, like, I mean, yes, I'm a collector, but I was like, well, I just want it because it's shiny and like it's different than this other covers that I have. And I knew the poly bag was an orange cover. I'm like, cool, I have an orange, a pink, and a shiny one. I went on the website to look up like what it said, like what number it was, like what letter. So cover A, cover B, cover C. I'm like, what is this? Like cover L? Like what is this? I don't even see this as an option. Then I just Googled like Exquisite Corpses
Shiny.
yeah, foil
Shiny
variant.
version.
Foil variant. And then they're like, surprise. There's like, oh, there's a surprise foil variant. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Most, I've seen comic book store like distributors like, oh, here's a surprise variant for people that ordered X amount of comics. Apparently it was a one per store variant. So it's the surprise exclusive one per store variant. And it was just out in the open with the other books. I had no idea. And I got it for cover price, I guess.
But we're gonna call back and we're gonna do the right thing and say, hey,
I think you gave me
this is an expensive comic for
comic.
crazy cheap.
Yeah, so
yeah,
That's
we,
nice.
And we will. We will.
Bring them a coffee. Bring
Yeah,
some money.
here's a coffee. Who knows? It might be just also. I mean, like you're not flipping that.
No, this is mine. This is staying.
You're
I'm
keeping
gonna.
that.
I want James Tynion to
Or
sign
remove
that.
all guilt and just give it to me.
Yeah, there you go. Try
I'm
to
gonna-
gave it to Diddy.
I'm gonna get it signed and graded. And
Yeah.
Never leave my site.
Okay.
Sorry.
Or
or hear me out.
We'll
Hear
record
me out.
the whole conversation. We'll be like, hey, this happened. What are you gonna know? We'll post it on the podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Force them to be like, cool.
Cool.
We didn't know.
We
Cool.
didn't. No one knew. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was innocent. Confess to that.
I truly didn't know. Otherwise, I would have.
Yeah,
said
look.
something.
It's okay, Ty. Look, the universe handed you a shiny variant,
You know
a
why?
shiny magic.
Because I had 2 shitty beers.
Mm,
This universe.
you
like,
deserve it.
Yeah.
But now 33 taps over at
They're gonna feel our
on
wrath.
Sunset Boulevard.
It's
they-
okay. The universe handed me this card, like this player card from Exquisite Corpses. It's like the
It's-
first one too. It's cool.
That's dope. 33 taps at 3725 West Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, California, 926 in Silverlake.
Oh
Um,
Lord.
We got get it together.
Pablo,
Yeah.
are you picking up this book?
Yeah, look, the reason also Ty is the reason and why all of us are friggin' talking about this is because this is a really cool book, right? Like James Tynion, if you are not in the world of comic books, James Tynion is one of the best creators in this industry right now, creating some really beautiful, collaborating with some awesome artists, letterers, colorists out there to tell some really great, compelling stories. Most famously, I joke and I say like the crown jewel, but it really is the crown jewel of Boom Studios is the horror book called Something's Killing the Children.
Right.
He did one of my favorite books that I didn't even realize was him called The Woods, Nice House on the Lake, Department of Truth. Let this one be The Devil. James Tynion, as far as like writing horror goes, and then creating really like real characters as well. At the same time, he creates very likable, real characters. A lot of them are based on him, so I'm just going to assume James Tynion's probably a very likable guy.
The nicest. I've
like
met amazing content.
and he puts himself in his books. And I think we just did an interview with Corinne Howell of Lilith about how sometimes the personal stories, putting that personal touch into things, are what creates good, compelling stories that we can oftentimes see ourselves in and connect to. And James Tynion is a master right now, and he is he in the comic book world, he probably would be on par with like a Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez or a Rick Remender in the comic book world as well, right? But like that is what you can kind of compare his style to. I'm trying to think of, I guess, it's hard. Every creator is different. I hate to also even be like he's like this person, but he is doing great work. I'm definitely pulling Exquisite Corpses.
Yeah.
Also for $6, $5.99, which is the issue 1. This is a thick ass book.
Yeah.
And
that's only
2 C's.
Yeah. And that's only $5.99 because that's the card variant. The normal book's $4.99.
No, this one's $6.99. The normal book's $5.99, I want to say.
$4.99.
$4.99.
Oh, there you go. So that's
The back of my foil book says $4.99.
There you go. Right? There you go. $5. This is a thick ass book. Creates some really interesting stories. Like once more, like Hide and Seek, The Purge, Ready or Not. I'd even say like kind of like the menu. Like it's got elements like it's an interesting, like it's a new kind of group of characters. Right. And it's very topical about oligarchical governments who, pull the strings behind the scenes.
And what I will say too, like what James Tynion really excels in is world building. And he even said in the Ashcan, like they've been working on this project for a while now. So for this to finally come to fruition and out into the public is a big deal. And this is that level, like you said, this is on the same level as Something Killing the Children. Like this is going to have a huge world to build around. This is going to have a huge fan base. It's going to get people to cosplay as these characters.
Yeah,
it's going to have a huge different fan base. And obviously with TYNION Studios, I'm
going to cosplay as Nurse Pete.
He's the scariest one.
That's what I want to cosplay.
He really is
Nurse
the scariest
Pete.
one.
I'm gonna either do Nurse Pete or
Foxface Killer.
Yeah,
Foxface Killer is gonna be if people cosplay that, it's a dope ass cosplay.
100%.
I want to do the Hammer, the Leopold Strong as well. I'm just kidding about Nurse Pete, but I will be Nurse Pete if other people have decent enough cosplay. I also love that one of the characters is named Slater, and just 1,000% looks like Christian Slater smoking a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know what? Actually, Rascal Randy.
Stop.
Roscoe Randy.
I would be Rascal Randy.
He would. He's into wrestling. You can tell.
He does
Use
create
his hands.
an awesome world, awesome characters.
Yep.
Yeah, like Neo. It's so funny we were talking about Akira because I think isn't that one of the things that they describe Akira? Neo Tokyo.
Yeah.
Like this
Sure.
is kind of got like those vibes. Kill Bill. Like I've
Yeah.
said, like it's got like Kill Bill sort of vibes.
Kill
Inglourious
Bill, Rat
Basterds.
Race.
Or like
It's-
a bullet train.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it, and I'm also getting the poly variants, and I
Yeah.
would love to collect all the cards because the characters are so interesting. I wish that Deadly Class is one of my favorite comic books ever. It's a great book.
Yeah, man.
And I love that series, okay? And watch The Quick and the Dead, y'all. Come on.
And that.
That's it.
I have to go.
I have to we gotta go now, y'all. Yeah, Diddy, where can we find you on social media? Please give us
Here at Deeper Issues Nerdcast or live.julian on Instagram and TikTok, whatever have you.
Ty.
Find me here at the Deep Issues Nerdcast and Type Photography.
You can also find me here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, talking all the nerdy things with all the nerdy people. Yeah. We don't have a new episode streaming next week, but we will be back the following week. Definitely look out for us on audio. Until now, I gotta rewind this now because all my closing music's leaving. Until next time, yeah. Keep kind, blood mine, and may all of your issues be kind.
Fantasies of God, fantasy.